Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello. Happy Monday. Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody.
I'm Aminata. How's everyone out there? Are we all in a Easter/420 hangover?
How could you say that on the day that the Pope passed away? Like sacrilegious, but thank God. Literally, we have the sister.
He waited to reject a visit with JD Vance, and then he's like, "I'm done here." Not to get political, but anyway, welcome everyone. We have a huge, wonderful show. Oh, we are starting our weeks long of having very special VIP guests, and
yes,
Meri and Carly are going to join us in a little bit. Yes, from Surviving Reality.
So. And I have their other cover down here. I mean, we're so prepared. We got both surviving sister wives, Corey and Carly. So, who better to kick off the second half of the season, right?
I know, and now I'm very out of sorts because I'm very intimidated by our guests watching all of this. It's going to be amazing. Look, let's just get right into some freaking housekeeping, and then let's get this on the road. So we're going to bring them in during Browntown, just so you guys know. All right, let's get into some housekeeping. Should I show Robin's beautiful kitchen?
All right, you know the drill. Let's get to it. Coming up this week on Patreon, we have part 2 of season 13, episode 3, Cody Wants Out, and we are getting closer and closer to one of our favorite episodes, the lovingly known as Cody's Chart episode, the chart episode where he teaches us women what the market is like, and apparently it's here. And we need to go when, Amanda?
This now? Because we already recorded it. Where it says the market is right here now. No, baby. That's its own thought. He goes,
that's not what the market isn't there right now. This is where he wants the market. But he wants to go.
Because Janelle says, I'm not taking Gabe out of school right now. And then Cody goes, what I think is that the best time to leave is now. It's its own point.
And then he does a little circle. Because he's seen that done on a line graph before. He's seen it done. Probably Stan in that the stakeholders meeting.
I believe I know these names still in my head. Okay, what else? I want to also.
It's a good one.
I want to pimp out TRP. We do have our backlog of TRP episodes on a different Patreon. It's $4 a month, but all of the really, really old, the COVID episodes are there. Fat Camp and everything. So guys, check that out. That's there's a whole bunch of episodes on there that you won't get on our regular Patreon.
MTV's Fat Camp, I still want to go back and just watch it again. Because that is probably one of my all-time favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
But this week we have, what are we doing? Oh, it's
Seventh Heaven and just a huge cast of young adult men who always seem to be hanging out at the Camden's back porch.
On the porch. They're not allowed in. They're not allowed to cross the threshold. But just Ashley Simpson's in that show.
Cecilia, she's a hard-working after-school custodian,
but with a Rosie the Riveter flair. And
you know that because she's wearing a bandana on her head, and that's how you know she's a blue-collar worker. Coming up on Girl Dinner, this is just straight out of Amanda's diary. Scandal.
It needed to be discussed. Yeah, it was fun. We did. It's an episode called Lady and the Glamp, but it's
Emmy nominated.
Found out that it was
Emmy nominated.
Emmy nominated episode, and Joan jumps on at the beginning. And also yesterday, a special episode dropped to the 5th annual 420 special.
Yes, it was fun. We had
it actually worked out.
Justine, Erica, John.
Yeah, it was the least nervous I've ever been because we came in with no plan and we were both too tired to be anxious. So we just had no plan. We just started recording and it was great. I wish I could be like that all the time.
Yeah, and I am wearing a little 420 in honor of, and this is really authentic because it's from Old Navy.
Can you name more than one Bob Marley song?
Of course. Actually, I can't. I really do love Bob Marley, but I'm sure it's like in a very basic white girl way. But don't worry, I have my trusty Janelle, authentic trusty Janelle that I'll be putting on for Browntown. All
right. Well, I'm wearing my drywall sweater, which also we have merch, guys. You can check it out, our merch store. You too can own a drywall shirt in honor of David Woolley.
He loves Moab.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into some hot topics, Amanda.
Oh my God. All right. Let's do it.
I mean, the chat is blowing up. So we're seeing ya. We're getting there. Get ready. Okay. So much to talk about. TV, real life, everything. Amanda, what'd you do this weekend?
Well, on top of I'm in the stages of my perimenopause where my mood swings are really fun for everyone around me. My Easter yesterday with my mom and Ron, I was on the verge of screaming at them the entire time, and they weren't doing anything. I got irritated at Ron because
every Easter.
He's like, "Do you want me to shut the screen door?" And I got the rage that filled my body. So I'm just taking a break from hanging out with people in person right now, but we're good. But I did on Friday go to Guys and Dolls at the local community theater, the Pump House Theater.
Okay. And it wasn't just you.
It was fun. Yeah, this is actually an okay picture of me. Here's one of me and my dad and Justine in the lobby. There's my dad with a rum and Coke. He tried to get me to drink, as always. He's like, "You want me to get you a wine?" I was like, "I don't drink." And he goes, "Yes, you do." And he said the same thing to Justine. Great. And the show was good. I cried.
Yeah?
The opening number, which is not a sad number. It's like like 3 people reading a newspaper, and I was crying at the end. But it was super fun. And I ran into a dear friend of mine from my 14-year-old theater days. He was also there. And we have a date on Thursday. He's gay. But we have a date on Thursday, a coffee date. We're going to hang out. I have a new friend. A new real life in-person friend. So look at me go. What are people saying here?
Oh, just everything. You're gorgeous. Everyone's, they're all clamoring to get with you. No, I did not. I had a somewhat cultured this, or I don't want to jump ahead of you. Oh, okay.
I'm so hot right now. Just please I'm getting the hot flashes. It's snowing outside. I'm in a hot flash. So please.
Same. So I went to my very first comedy concert. No, it wasn't Che Diaz.
No one can ever be.
We went to Tom Segura. I've never been to so I'm still fairly new to Madison, Wisconsin, and this is going to sound so I grew up in the Chicago area. So for me, when we go to a concert, a show, it is, the United Center, it is Soldier Field. It's that's my norm. So going to the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin, it's just an old school, probably first place you ever went to a concert. Yes, it's in a circle, but it just feels very small.
Joe in Salt Lake City says interest comedy.
Comedy.
That's an oldie, that joke.
No, it was a great experience, but I felt a little, it's one of those things where you probably often see this when you're at a show and you're God, that really deserved a bigger laugh. Oh, I feel bad for them. People should be laughing. Now, that said, Tom Segura I think he's hilarious. I think Jody thinks Tom is very talented. I just think it was a weird, venue for him. So I think he deserved like bigger laughs, but it was great. Yeah. I think I would go back again. However, I will say it is very different from like a music concert because everyone's singing whatever. And it becomes very clear where you're sitting during a comedy concert whose laugh is really loud and annoying and who's wasted and screams, yeah, ow, 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 to funny jokes. And that I don't like.
That would have been me. Well, that's still me. I'm just not drunk. I thought that was the excuse, but no, I'm just that annoying in real life anyway.
Well, anyway, highly suggested. It was a lot of fun. And like, I mean, it's so good. Great for our age because you remain seated.
Oh,
you don't have to. It's like, you don't have to. It was great.
You know what I love even more is when there's no intermission. Oh my God. If you sit me down in a seat and tell me there's no intermission, I will come. All right. Let's get into shows, right?
Yes. So I was looking for, you guys got me all into this like 420 thing. And I'm like, all right, let's see like what we should watch when it's 420 time. So I went on our Max account that we now have, Amanda, because we're so fancy.
Ad free. Thank you very much. Ad free on all streaming services.
Amanda, it's like an hour-long show. You can actually watch it in like 39 minutes. Did you know that?
No, it's luxurious.
It's amazing. I have so much time in my life back just from commercials. However, so I went on Max and one of the suggested shows was this show that's been on there for a couple of years called It's Florida Man. Have you ever seen this, Amanda?
I've never heard of this. I thought that you were going to tell me. I just saw Florida Man and like on the list, and I thought that you were going to tell me some like fun anecdote about some article you saw about a Florida guy. Because
but that's exactly what the show is about. So essentially, this show is drunk history, but they're high. It's like crazy stories of people who were high, crazy people in Florida, and they have. Just like drunk history, hey, two of your faves right there.
Oh, Betsy Sodaro. Who's this? Is this Che Diaz?
Sarah Ramirez.
Oh my gosh, I didn't recognize them without the, the Che hair.
Right. So, I don't know if you've watched this. So, like, it is definitely a show that if you are not under some sort of influence, you will turn it off because you're like, what the fuck is this? But I would recommend getting in there with a cocktail or whatever it is. There's huge names in there.
I will watch this.
Yeah, I was shocked. I hadn't seen it on my radar before. But
Corey and Carly are watching it.
It's bizarre, but it's real life stories they reenact of Florida people, and it's just bizarre.
Oh my gosh, that might even be able to hold my attention. Did you find Betsy Sodaro funny?
I didn't see that episode. Actually, we started watching the first episode, and it is where, it's that one Asian guy who was from the show that we watched and we recapped it. And you really liked him. Anyway, it's an episode about how a guy was going to hire these two people to come and cut off his toes and eat them.
See, on bath salts, probably.
And it got like really graphic. Like they're showing you things. And even the reenactment of it is crazy. But yeah, check it out.
Oh my gosh, I actually will check that out. Like, I actually will.
Yeah, okay, so we skipped that one, went to another one, but jump around. It's like kind of just like a fun whatever show. We've also been going on to Netflix, seeing what's going on at Coachella, because we're trying to be like cool and somewhat hip parents. And just seeing what the youth are up to, because nothing about this looks fun. Just like Burning Man. I don't want to be dirty. I don't want to be a bandit. I don't want to be out there.
With some music. Burning Man probably has music too.
Yeah. Well, some of the things I caught was this guy, Benson Boone, who, by the way, every man under the age of 25 at the Tom Segura comedy concert looks exactly like this guy with the mop of hair on their head. They're all dressed like Chalamet or Benson Boone.
Okay, well, I like the glam rock kind of aesthetic coming back because it's a little more.
Did you know he flips off the piano? That's
I've seen his shtick. He sings that, please. Right.
Yes. What's that song again? One more time.
Please.
100% chance we will get dinged for that. We will get dinged because we got dinged for Mary's friend singing apparently Free Fallin'. Okay, did you hear about this Lady Gaga performance?
No, what happened?
Oh, Amanda. She has been getting all the praise because you see, she came out for her big performance and she had on like the little, little microphone thing. But then you're never gonna believe what's gonna happen. The sound started to crackle. So you know what she had to do? She had to look what she's holding, a microphone. And wouldn't you believe it? She had to perform the whole rest of that song with a microphone. What a performer. Now, Jody thinks Gaga is very talented, but like, can we all just fucking relax? Like, I really hope a singer who's getting paid millions of dollars is able to be like, oh, it's not working. Let me hold the mic.
I disagree though, because you know that throws you off. You're in a zone and then something like that throws you off. It fucks with you. That's happened to me in several performances. During Music Man, we had to walk out during Pick a Little, Talk a Little, and I had to hand Harold Hill a microphone, and he was like, and the whole thing was thrown off. It's like stressful. I mean, although she's getting millions of dollars, but why?
Yes, this is just my thing. I'm like, it's not the first time this woman has had to hold a remote and sing. It's like what she loved to do and therefore pursued this. It's like when my favorite thing, when you're like, oh, but I heard Matt Damon is nice. And it's like, oh, wow, give him a humanitarian award. He's nice. Anyway, I just thought that was something, but who I would give some credit to, however, at Coachella.
Yeah.
Lola Young. Do you know her?
Yeah, she sings that song that I do like, right?
Yeah, she's like real kind of messy and gritty.
All I'm seeing is this, and then people being like, get that fat whale back inside. And I'm like, we've really made some progress in our society.
Well, what happened was apparently she was suffering from heat stroke, whatever it might be, and she started getting sick on stage and had to run off vomiting in the middle of her songs. Like, look at, she's like gagging, dry heaving hair, and people are not giving her a break at all. Whether it be from her being sick or who knows, that I think is a tougher performance than Gaga having to carry a microphone. Just saying. I think they're both great, but what's more traumatic and troubling, it's going to be the singer who's wearing a bear suit running off stage vomiting.
Oh, that's rough. I was probably really dehydrated.
Probably. That's what it was. Dehydration. Now, I'm going to be thirsty this week for some Karen Reed. Amanda, do you know what tomorrow is?
No, what?
Tomorrow. Opening statements.
They were
Karen Reed's retrial restarts tomorrow.
They were just picking the jury that entire time?
Well, they had like some motions they had to go through. There was some stuff with Turtle Boy. If you're following Lori Vallow, I think they're going through closing statements. I'm all over it. Look what I found this weekend on the roads. Tell me what you think of when you look at this license plate. What do you read?
McCabe.
Yeah, that's right. McCabe.
And that's relevant because...
What was Jennifer McCabe Googling in the morning that he was found?
How long to die in the snow.
That's right. And I'm just saying, and where's that dog where John O'Keefe's injury mysteriously looks like that of one from a dog?
I mean, I need to have some kind of clause where if I go missing, somebody throws my entire computer in the ocean. Because the things that I randomly Google, I've Googled way worse than that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, people know what's going on in the chat. Oh, I love it. Yep. How long to die in the snow? I love all of you so much.
Okay, so opening statements are this week.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
So get yourself on Court TV, get yourself on whoever you love, Emily Baker, all those law people. Real quickly, I just want to round out this show because I brought it up and I feel like just for completionist's sake, I finished Hulu's Got to Get Out. This is with all the reality stars. There's like Demi from Bachelor in Paradise, Cynthia Bailey from Atlanta, who's more boring than ever, Susan from the senior bachelorette or whatever. Omarosa, Kim Zolciak, whatever, Spencer Pratt. I would say if you think these people are funny, watch the show. But like the premise of the show is so fucking bizarre. It's just people trying to escape and run out of the house. And they catch them every time because Omarosa says she was a former track star. Yeah, 35 years ago in high school. Like, you're all just 40-somethings that can't run. No one's getting out.
Jacob wants to know, did Cynthia and Kim get along, Jody?
Oh, you know what? Interestingly enough, I don't even think they like featured any of that, which would have been a great thing. So the show ended, and spoiler, they all split the money because Cynthia and her dude were the only ones to get out. And I am still watching Extracted. It's just slowing a very slow and boring death. And it's still going. I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. And there you go. However,
Vanderpump Rules still. I'm on season 8, and Sheena is now over Rob, and now she's dating Adam, and she's gonna get him a penguin. But he's my best friend. He's just my best friend, you guys. He's my best friend. God, she is
lots of ADAMs. Like Chelsea.
I would be. Oh my God, can you imagine? I can't imagine being in a room with Sheena, especially with how bitchy I am right now. I would be like, shut up.
What was the thing she said that I hate when they did the crossover to Housewives and she had just gotten engaged to maybe Brock, and Brandy Glanville comes over and says like, oh yeah, I heard, I don't know, whatever. The air conditioning's on over here. And she's like, my ring is really going to hurt someone. And because for no reason. She's like,
Lisa, she was so mean to me. And Lisa's like, well, you did fuck a husband, yeah. Let's talk about this other little show that I do my little weekly recaps of so that y'all don't have to. Good American Family. Corey Carly in the chat. Are you guys watching this? This seems like something that you guys would definitely like. It is campy AF. And these producers do not give a fuck who they're offending in this show. They're offending everyone. So it's kind of equal.
I think Ellen Pompeo has just like suspended all she doesn't think anyone's actually watching this.
I think she's having
no other way. I think she would have agreed to do this show and put this on her IMDb.
No, she went on Call Her Daddy, which I listened to, and she was like doubling down about it. She's like, people think that it's just frivolous what we're doing, but we're doing things here that you don't even know. You don't even know. Although I like Ellen Pompeo. But okay, so this
sometimes when we touch.
Yeah, there was no song this week, unfortunately, but this was another episode told by the tales of Natalia Grace herself. So it was very sympathetic to Natalia, although I will say that the actress is, I feel bad for her because I don't really know what she needs to be cast in something.
Careful.
No, I wasn't going to say anything about like whatever. I think she should be cast in something that isn't this, so that we can maybe see if she is a good actress or not, because this material it's impossible to work with. But in this episode, Natalia is like eating I don't know, like an old sandwich under a bridge, like covered in dirt all over her face, like she's one of the orphans.
She just finished dragging those garbage cans. We know them. She just finished dropping those off. Yep.
She never got the speeches open, but she's sitting under this bridge, and then this woman walks up who I swear to God for the entire 5-minute speech, because it's like the woman is standing up over her. So it's like she's like backlit, and the way she's talking, there's kind of some vocal fry. I genuinely just thought it was Ellen Pompeo, and that Natalia was having some kind of like break in like mental state, because I was like, this is Ellen Pompeo, like why is she acting like, she's like, hey babe, like what are you doing out here, do you need help? Anyway, it turns out that it's actually Christina Hendricks, but she looks like yeah, I think it's Christina Hendricks, and she's playing the family that ends up adopting Natalia. Carly's read this. Carly's theory is Michael wrote the show via ChatGPT. Oh my God. I love this show so much. Anyway, this is fine. I mean, it was just the entire thing was about what a saint this woman is, and this is the woman that ends up adopting her, and she has all these other foster kids, and she brings Natalia over, and all the kids are like, welcome to the family, Natalia. No, don't leave yet, Natalia. Natalia's like, gotta get home. I am 22 after all. And then they take her to the doctor.
It's recycling day.
Yeah. And then at the end, they're driving in the family car and they're all singing "Party in the USA." And then there's a phone call and it's Ellen Pompeo.
That's mean. Put your hands up and she can't. That is awful. That's just mean.
Ellen Pompeo's character calls Christina Hendricks and they're screaming at each other on the phone. And she's like, you need to get away from her. She's going to try to kill your whole family. And Christina Hendricks is like, not on my watch. And she's like, Natalia, welcome to the family. And she's like, I never felt so loved.
Are they doing anything with Christine's dirty pictures that she was sending?
Oh,
and that other dude?
They weren't really in that
person.
This was mostly just centered around what a saint Christina Hendricks is.
Sure.
So there you go.
Well,
you guys don't have to watch it.
When does this end?
What?
I don't know. How many more episodes do we have? How many more people do we have the perspective of?
How are they going to end? Because the way that Mark Duplass is playing Michael in the Natalia version, where he's like an asshole, it is unhinged.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay. Now, here's a little discovery that I made on TikTok, and it was all from a fun look. Don't even touch anything yet, Jody.
I'm not going to.
Okay. So I saw this TikTok video where there was just audio played behind where it's people singing and it's like, do you smoke? What? You smoke weed? No, I don't. But if that's what you need, like whatever. And then as that's playing, it has like words that say like, I can't believe that this woman isn't in jail. And I was like, what is this? And I stumbled upon this fucking weird thing. It's a 14-minute musical called 20, don't touch it yet. 21 Chump Street, Jody. 14-minute musical based on This American Life story. All right. You with me? Guess who wrote it?
Well, it's Lynn. I sadly know this.
It's Lynn. Okay, this is... Why did I not know about this? Why has no one known about this? This was written after In the Heights. That is the only reason anyone knew who this was. And he had not, I think he's probably working on Hamilton, but it's 14 minutes. You can find it on YouTube. And the real story is this cop, this undercover cop goes to school. And here it is. It's Lindsay Mendez and Anthony Ramos from Hamilton.
Anthony Ramos's feminine mouth creeps me out. Like he has such a very like feminine lips and smile.
Well, and I think Anthony Ramos is very talented. It's good music. It sounds very much like Lynn.
Anthony thinks Anthony's very talented.
It's cute. And there's like this like kind of Greek chorus of boys behind. And the songs are very, it sounds like Hamilton where it's like, what the heck I want to do.
Wait, what?
What?
You mean another one of Lynn's songs? It sounds like Hamilton. Shocking. That's
I think that's very. You're being glib. You're being glib. Matt. Glib. So this is undercover. Oh, and by the way, this is played by Lindsay Mendez. And I spent a night in her bed because I dated her brother for a few days.
I remember.
I know, but we'll talk about it more on Patreon. He's very
Amanda. Amanda,
I got around when I was in New York. Anyway, so the undercover cop goes to school with the intention of finding kids that are selling weed, but then this boy falls in love with her, and then she like asks him to find weed for her. So he like goes to all of these people, finds weed, sells it to her, and he's like, I just want to give it to you because I like you. And she's like, no, you have to pay me for it. And then they like make the exchange, and he gets like arrested. This happened in real life, and it's really fucked up. But anyway, it's 14 minutes. It's on YouTube, and Lynn, shocker, is in it. He's the narrator, Jody.
Yeah. No.
He comes out and he's like, March 25th, 2018. It's like, what the heck I gotta do? This is exactly what you think it is.
Remember in Carpool Karaoke where at one point he starts with his hair down, like us, really. Maybe he is one of us. And then he's just like, he's got to pull it back in his little Hamilton pony to get in the mood.
He runs hot. But anyway, it's very cute. I mean, I just can't believe I didn't know this thing. It's just this like random 14-minute thing he wrote for This American Life. Like, this is a new series we're trying. And then it never happened. But I'm going to send you this shit. Has anyone else in the chat heard of this? Okay. And that's, oh my God, look at our timing here, Jen.
I know. So
really quickly.
Yeah. Oh, we got to hear about Debella DeBall, who was live on TikTok when we were starting.
This is happening right now. This is still happening.
Don't ask us what's happening because I don't even think Amber and whoever this guy is know what's going on, but there's lots of love and light going on. So go and check that out. Tell us, what's Amber up to?
Teen Mom I watched this week. Now, look, I did do that recap a couple weeks ago, and I'm still waiting. I'm like, I would love to do another Amanda Loves to Hate Teen Mom episode. It was a really fun manic episode for me. It was a nice controlled manic episode, but none of the episodes are good. I hate Cheyenne. I don't really give a shit about Mackenzie, but in this episode, Leah, Allie, who fucking hates her, love it, love the angst, is getting her driving test. And Leah's just like, she can't see out of her one eyes, so she has to turn her whole head this way. And so they go to the doctor and then she cries. Fine.
Weird that Leah's been driving for 10 years and never realizes that you should turn your head to look around when you're driving.
I don't think Leah's ever made a shoulder check.
A full stop in her life. Yeah.
Yeah. She can't see out any of the windows anyway. So what's the point? But Amber, okay, here's what happens with Amber, because it's nuts. The scene, a segment starts, Amber, and it has her lifting out of bed, looking like this.
Ooh.
All right.
Wow.
Leans up to grab she has like one of those like side tables that kind of like comes up and then just onto like a tray table.
Sure. Yeah.
And if you can just move this comment, it's a whole thing filled with pills. So she leans up, looking like she is genuinely waking up in that moment, grabs a handful of pills, pops them. And I just want you guys, what is this? Because I'm obsessed with it. It's all I've thought about all week other than 21 Chump Street. She shares a bed with this weird tent. What is this? Corey and Carly, help us out. What is this? What? I don't understand. People are like, oh, maybe it's a sleeping thing for animals. Listen, I sleep with 1,000 animals in my bed, and I don't think this is a thing.
Okay, well, it's definitely something for a dog, because I'm pretty sure those are paw prints around. So it must just be like a little tent for her little dog. The dog feels safe in the little tent on her bed, which it probably is.
This is crazy. And it's so distracting. And why is it not being like, if I was a producer, I'd be like, you need to acknowledge this in some way. Can you just say something about it in passing so that
now Amber has been known to sleep with dog beds next to her bed. I do have photographic evidence somewhere on my computer right now that I took of Amber when she was still with Gary. She's on the apartment floor on the mattress, and next to the bed is like a circular donut dog bed, but oh no, who's in it? Baby Leah.
That's Leah's crib.
Leah's crib is a dog bed.
Dog crate.
So
yeah, but okay, I do understand that it's something for animals, like it's like a little separator. Why is it in bed with her? On the bed. It's not like down here. It's taking up more of the bed than she is.
Yeah.
I want more intel on that. And then she calls. She calls Tanya. She's out with Tanya in the middle of the. Amber's like, and even Tanya's over it. Tanya's like, you have to do the voice, but she's like, Amber, you just need to.
My scripts are coming on Tuesday.
Right. She says that Leah texts her every so often, and then she's like, "How are you, Amber?" And Amber sits down and she's like, "I'm good." And then like Tanya doesn't really respond for a second. She just gives Amber about 10 entire seconds to pull out the world's most comically large glasses and like there's a whole. It's just camera on Amber and then open on her nose, but like just down here. Fine.
It's an I am a grown woman pair of glasses.
I'm smart, sis. But that's it for Teen Mom. I will if another great episode comes up, I'll do another little Amanda Loves to Hate Teen Mom thingy. But this episode was not it. But that scene was crazy with the dog bed thing. Let's look. We're already 4 minutes over and we don't want to keep our VIP guests waiting. So let's do it. Let's get into some Browntown. Browntown.
Everything's waiting for Pooh.
What an intro for our guests. You know them. You love them. They're here. Corey and Carly from Surviving Sister Wives. All right, let's add them to the stage, Amanda.
You do it.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Browntown. I just took Robin to Pound Town, so thanks for joining for Brown Town.
You know what? I bet you didn't.
I bet you did, and I bet you all the kids were at the bottom of the bed like, oh.
No, he does this. He puts his hands under.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys,
wow.
what did you think of the episode? Welcome back to the second half of the season. What are your initial thoughts?
What a journey. It's the beginning of something. I mean, we knew something had been missing in our lives, and now it's back. And so this is good. It was only a matter of time. We were going to get here eventually.
You know, I am already tired of seeing Cody and Robin again, though, in their current state.
It didn't take much.
That family scene was, I think I'd rather watch animals being tortured than a family scene with Dab Sark.
Well, we've seen that before on this show as well.
Yeah, the kicking.
Oh, yeah.
No dogs are safe. And so it's only a matter of time.
I would say that the new so there are definite VIPs in this season, and I think it's not even a cast member. The VIPs of this season are the new producers, because they came out swinging. They're like, we get this back half, and we're gonna do just full fan service. Because even in the first 15 minutes, my mom was like, wow, they're really nailing Cody and Robin. I'm like, no, they're bringing up My Sister Wives Closet. They're bringing up the abs. They're bringing up all the book. They're bringing up everything and just letting it play out.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking that, we were just talking about that this morning too. It would be nice to see, because we did get like a parade of Meri's friends, and we started to think maybe we could get a parade of Robin's friends, or just external sources that Robin could talk to, that we can see Robin in a little bit of a different light, maybe.
I think that look like though
mom situation though, where she's gonna have to talk to her producer.
Yeah, the
she doesn't have any
the
friends.
Only friend, probably.
Central casting.
But she said she had friends that said that Meri was going around talking shit about her stupid book.
Yeah, her mom. She's talking about Handsome Alice. That's
who
she heard it from.
I'm convinced that it's
producer.
just because they showed her a clip to react to.
They showed that clip
the only way she knows.
of Meri and Jen, and so she said
liar,
a friend told her.
Yeah, people have been telling me that the family's getting together. Oh, you mean like when you see the crew come back from a family gather, they told you, oh, we were just there? That's who's telling you.
Or like
it's the same people that told her how polygamy used to work. Like, oh, I've seen this before.
I've seen it where wives do this. And Instagram. She's obviously on Instagram all day long.
Instagram, Pinterest, Etsy. I think those
well,
are the
she had to
three main
discontinue
ones.
that Etsy account. God, that's my favorite thing to come out of this year is just knowing that there was a fight that day in the Dab Sark mansion where Cody's like, what is this? It's up to $60,000, I believe the total now is of doll clothes.
Oh, I mean, she's definitely hiding things. She's doing like I'm hiding it. It's in boxes. Oh, it's for the business.
I can't believe you spent this much on doll clothes. We're supposed to be buying art. That's where we're hiding the money, Robin. Stick to the plan.
I think she does. I mean, she obviously thinks that's art. I truly think she thinks it is an investment.
Oh yeah, no, this has resale value.
These doll clothes, people are going to want these.
It's like Beanie Babies.
Where else can you get a Prince Eric costume for a boy American Girl doll? But I'm pretty sure the American Girl doll company has even said like no one's actually bought the boy doll. Like it's on the market because we have to be like no one actually buys it.
Gender neutral American doll person thing. I think maybe something like that.
That was the Prince Eric doll?
It has to be. There's something wrong with that doll, though. Yeah. The look of it. It's just the face.
They threw that mold away.
It's up to trouble. Yeah. It's up to no good.
Yeah.
I listened to your guys' episode this morning. I usually don't until after we do our thing, but I couldn't resist. And then Corey, now I want to listen for it because we'll do the recap right after this. But you noticed that Janelle is trying out some kind of Louisiana accent.
It's the Southern drawl. She's been putting on airs, I suppose, in a couple of different ways here.
What was the line? It was like, it's going to be hard or something like that.
Oh, it's about to be a whole lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of work.
I say.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
All right, we'll check that out when we get to it.
Keep an ear out for it.
Amanda, as you say, the way the accent just rolls off my tongue like molasses.
Molasses sort of just spilling out of your mouth.
A murder, you say? Okay, before we get into like Brown Town, you guys, I figured I'd save this for you guys, but I sent this to Jody last week, and I was like, "Yeah, girl, you got us beat." It's a Gypsy Rose interview, and it's a quote of her with her new man saying, "I'm the most adventurous girlfriend that he's had, so I'm the freak." It's like, yeah,
you're a co-conspirator in a murder of your mother.
Yeah, no.
Fun. That's fun.
Was that the question? Was that is
I don't
Gypsy
know. It's
the
just
freak?
This is a quote she said. I'm the most adventurous girlfriend that he's had. Yeah.
That was from the episode while they were shopping for toys.
I don't watch it. I just listen to your guys' recaps. Thank God you guys are doing that so I don't have to sit through it. But so she said that on the episode even?
Yes. Yeah. She told that to the employee of the store.
Yes.
While they were shopping.
While she spent what was it, $160?
I thought it was more than that. It was almost $300 by the time she left.
$260 on. Whoa. It was mostly lingerie. But
there's some other things in that
there's
pile.
some other stuff probably mixed in there. We didn't see all of it.
She spent a lot of time. I don't know if I could say this on YouTube.
Oh, I don't know.
Say it.
Cock rings. She was searching for cock rings.
Yeah.
Shopping.
See, we needed somebody at the door when she was walking out, like somebody, the Costco receipt checker. So then that way we could have just got a quick rundown there of just everything that was in the inventory. That would have been good.
I thought that was for men when they can't. Is that right?
No, it like enhances. I think it. Well, okay. I went to a sex party. Shocking. And my roommate bought her boyfriend a cock ring. And like we were all like asking her about it, and then like we were out and he was there, and we're like, "Oh, how did that cock ring turn out?" And she announced in front of everyone. She's like, "I don't know, it kept falling off, so it didn't really work."
Too big. Yeah, you got to go down a size.
It's around a small dick. No, I think it kind of like holds it. It's just a little extra. I don't know how those things work down there.
The way that she was selling it was that it's supposed to prolong some things. It's supposed to delay.
Who wants it to last longer?
So you mean it's taking a really long time for her to get that? Like the picture doesn't get any better for her, dude. Like it just.
I was able to go from 10 pumps to 15 to 20. So it was 100% increase.
Yeah. Oh God. Adventurous. Yeah. I'd say murder and going on the run would be just a little adventurous. We never would have thought.
There's no comparison now at all.
We've seen the texts, Gypsy, between the first relationship. Like we know there's a freak in there. We know.
Well, and then didn't she say that the other guy, that's revenue, baby. What's his name, Ryan?
Ryan.
Did she say his dick was fire? Oh, man.
The D was fire.
The D was fire
at the time. Because she was like legally obligated to defend that D at the time, but now not so much.
Yeah. Oh, you guys probably don't know about Jizz Fest then.
Oh, Jizz Fest.
The details.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
What is it?
The weekend that she reunited with Ken, the new baby daddy, she gave us a lot of details about what occurred over this long 4-day weekend. That they had sex, what was it, 12 times?
12 times in 4 days. So it was a jazz fest that was taking place in New Orleans, of course. Okay. And we have now been lovingly referring to it as Jizz Fest because that's what it was for Gypsy.
And that's
honestly, I'd rather go to Gypsy's Jizz Fest than any jazz fest. I'm just saying.
Just play the right notes. There's no way she didn't have
scatting. Just all the same thing.
There's no way she didn't have a yeast infection after that. Is all I'm saying. But let's move into the Browns, shall we? Jody, I'll let you kind of click through stuff because you put something here that what's Meri?
Yes. So, okay. First things first. We got to start this segment.
We got this in the episode.
I saw these at my local Walgreens and I laughed and I laughed.
They showed the scene again. And like I think Robin just doesn't experience Joyce like at all. So like her body doesn't know how to regulate a true laugh. So like when she's laughing in that scene, like you can see the tears,
crying tears. I walked right by and I took a picture of it. So, okay, Meri was on Tamron Hall's show. Yes. She looked fucking amazing, but I just want to very briefly, I did not know about this until I was like, oh, let's get some pictures. Do we all know that Tamron Hall has been allegedly rumored to have been in a sexual relationship with Donald Trump and had allegedly a secret abortion? Allegedly she's supposedly like Ellen on the Tamron Hall show. People are like, she's horrible, she's worse than Ellen, she fired 20 people during COVID, and there's just this whole other backstory with Tamron.
I did not know that.
Wow.
Gosh, that was a lot of information at one time, Jody. I wasn't prepared for that.
I could see her being a bitch because she seemed to really want to keep bringing the conversation back to. Remember how I got fired? So I used to host this show, just so you guys know. Like she really kept bringing it back. She's super bitter. I mean, I love it.
She seemed to have fantasized for like 10 years about what she was going to say the minute that she got to get one of them on her show.
Yeah, she had been repeatedly asking Meri to come on the show since they had fired her, so that way she could have this moment. And it only took 10 years to make it come to fruition.
Right. I just wanted to compare our current president and Meri because they're shade of orange, quite similar. And I'm not even trying to joke there. Like it's pretty close. Now, Meri looks great. She is leaning into the good old Mare razored end.
She likes a razor,
but it suits her.
It's her thing. She's edgy.
She is edgy. She's fun. She's edgy. She also has gotten some dental work done, and I'm like so proud of her. I think it's amazing. She got the dead tooth dyed. Like I love it.
People keep getting upset and accusing her of the weight loss, and people are getting so upset that everybody's pointing to GLP-1s about weight loss. She could totally have lost the weight. She's talking about she walks like 4 miles a day. You can absolutely lose that much weight by doing that. So
who cares either way? Like who cares?
It doesn't even matter. But yeah, for people to go immediately to like, no, she's lying. And
you
it's
know
like,
what's funny about it though? Like Christine has also had a glow up like post Cody, and nobody accused her of anything like that.
No, I think it was McKelty and Tony got the brunt of that.
No, you guys, they use Plexus. They
pink drink.
Pink stuff helps.
No, you guys, Tony plays chess.
Those two,
it's very physical.
Are they the most annoying cast members? Like they are, right? Those two.
Who?
Tony McKelty.
That's we don't acknowledge McKelty.
Oh yeah, okay. Like Voldemort.
It's gonna be a lot of work if we're gonna talk about that.
Okay, I can't wait to get to this. What did you guys think of the interview? Though I think that the audience. It was cute to see the audience pumping Meri up so much because you could see Meri receiving the energy and then not freaking out and laughing too much or being obnoxious. Like I was really impressed with it, and I was thankful for the audience for being so like generous with Meri.
It made me hope that Meri's Worthy Up retreats could be like this in the future.
Is this, is this the template now, what it could be? See, she seemed like she didn't know what to do with all this positive energy. She just expected that everyone in the audience was going to hate her.
It was nice to see, though.
It was a surprise. Yeah.
It was lovely, as annoying as Meri can be and stuff, but like, it was nice. There was a couple times where like they were really hooting and hollering for her, and you could just see her whole face and like body light up. And I think she was nervous, but I think being a little nervous was good for her because she was kind of holding her shit together a bit.
Mm-hmm.
She's still, there's something in there where even the answers that she was giving this time around, because they were talking about how veiled she had to be in her communication at the tell-all that Tamron Hall hosted previously. And where she wasn't able to be open and honest about all of the jealousy and the feelings and everything that was going on at the time. But then she was still answering things in a very veiled way too. I don't know why they didn't tell Tamron, like, hey, don't ask about stuff about this season because she won't be able to answer that. So some of that she had to dance around a little bit, but it
maybe you can have me back.
It was still seeming like wink wink or like 2 blinks for yes, 1 blink for no, like types of communication that was going on.
Were there any revelations you guys think? Like, I think that the biggest almost an awkward moment is when Tamron said that she felt that the most tension she felt was between Meri and Robin, which I actually wouldn't have guessed that. And Meri handled it well, but you could tell Meri was pretty shook by that.
I think she was confused because I don't know that it ever really seemed like there was a lot of tension between them.
I thought we hit it
Maybe
better
it was
than that.
Cody.
Yes, exactly.
Like Cody creating the tension.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, he was the go-between and ended up being a wedge in their relationship. Robin inserted herself in between everybody's relationship with Cody. So that ended up being the strategy long term.
Yeah, well, Tamron pointed out too that when she would ask Meri a question, Meri would look at Cody, and then Tamron kind of made this gesture like she would see Robin reach over and talk, which I mean we've all seen 1,000 times. But hey, Tamron, how about you like bring that up during a tell-all 10 years ago instead of now?
It sounds like she did, and that's why she
tried.
That was the last one. Yeah, that was it.
I really enjoyed watching her try to make it blatantly obvious that Cody and Robin were the reason that she got fired. Because she tried to reinforce that multiple times.
Well, they were saying Cody. They were good with blaming Cody, where Cody was very vocal about not liking her. She asked hard questions.
But Cody speaks for him and Robin, though. Robin is the neck that turns the curl. So
the goiter that turns the head.
Indeed.
Right.
Another thing is that when Meri, and I don't even think Meri meant to say this. I think Tamron kind of backed her into a corner, so Meri did. So she's like, do you wish that the relationship now with Cody was different? That he was maybe treated you better? Or is he mean? And Meri like tried to kind of get around it, and then Meri kind of had to just come out and say, yeah, no, he's mean to me now.
It's terrible. It's actually terrible. Do we think it's more so related to the land? Like, is that where Cody probably goes off the rails with it?
I think it's a lot of like I think salty birches isn't really helping the situation. I mean, wow.
What is salty birches? Can someone explain what it is?
What
I'm still trying to figure out. Yeah, why did they buy Yeti microphones? We still don't know.
For TikTok lives? Why?
They don't use them on the TikTok lives though. Even if we've never seen them again.
No,
they just sit in that sugar beet leaf.
Jesus.
It makes me self-conscious to laugh ever in public now for fear of looking like Meri and Jen in public, just wheezing and cackling over nothing.
Did you guys catch part 1 and 2 of Meri sitting on a sugar beet leaf?
A sugar beet leaf?
Sorry,
what? You guys didn't see this? It was a Salty Birches original, but there was a two-parter because it went on so long. They didn't edit it. Of them like improving, I'm gonna sit on the sugar beet leaf. You're gonna sit on the sugar beet leaf, and then Meri sitting on a statue of a sugar beet leaf, and then Jen being like, "Oh yeah, it's good." Something about she said the word vagina, and then it's about 15 minutes of laughter. Stay tuned for part 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay,
wow. Intriguing content,
riveting stuff. Yeah.
That
definitely.
said, Meri.
Cody. Yeah,
was
here we go.
Out and about and on the town. Again, I think she looks great and she looks happy. And I will say a happy Meri is probably easier for everyone on the planet. So let's just do that. You know,
we don't need a villain. We don't need a villain mode of Meri, an origin story. And nothing to stir this up. But Carly, is this in her color season? Is she in the right vein here?
I was just gonna
say, it's not.
You don't think so? Because she's saying in rare form, here's me in pink. That is all. You're welcome. What I'm gonna say, you're welcome.
Oh, I didn't even read the caption. Oh yeah, I feel personally victimized.
Yeah, but I mean,
and I want my pink shirt back.
Wasn't like 25 minutes long. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
We spent how long? 45 minutes breaking down her color season analysis on a live.
Let's not lump me in on that. Most of that was Carly going very in depth on a lot of different things that I had no idea what was going on.
She is a cool and she needs to stick more with some blues. And I'll send you guys a slide so you can see the difference of like she.
Oh my God, please! I want my colors.
Needs to stop wearing. It looks okay. It's not like the best thing that she could be wearing. Did you guys see the revenge dress that she had on?
Yeah.
Revenge dress.
Yes.
Good.
But would have been amazing in like a dark navy blue on her.
Agreed.
Ooh, that would. Oh, navy blue. Yes, she never really wears navy blue.
No. She loves an olive, a mustard yellow, a coral. They're not all things that are not really in her color season. So
well, see, but this is a sexy top because it's an animal print, Carly.
Oh yeah,
this screams I want to have sex, doesn't it?
It's the answer to the floral patterns that Robin presents to us.
Yeah,
this one's.
I mean, Corey, edgy. Are you not like having to keep things calm? You know, hands above the desk over there, Corey.
Put that boner away, Corey.
No, oh my God.
What's this?
Ready to pounce.
My sword is sheathed. Don't worry.
Okay, so I scroll Reddit when, you know, I'm a total insomniac, and someone on Reddit posted this in the wild photo of Meri at the airport, and all I saw was Meri on her own.
There isn't a nickname.
Yeah. Well, hey, everyone has a nickname. What's yours? I don't have one.
And they're like, yeah, you do have one. It was like Lover or something. She's like,
Love. Oh. Yeah, Lover.
Hasn't called me that in a while, I guess.
Haven't heard it.
Exactly.
Game night, Meri.
The real crime is that she's flying Delta, I think. You guys don't have a sponsorship deal, do you? I'm allowed to badmouth Delta as much as I want here.
Our last sponsorship deal, I think, just went bankrupt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joanne Fabric?
Right. We got a message being like, this company went bankrupt, so we don't need the second half.
A little bit of an issue with their marketing.
It was our fault.
So it's been fun.
Yeah.
Our ad was so bad.
No.
Okay. What else?
Okay. So making our way through Meri on her own. Yeah, I just thought it was fun. I'm like, even Meri at her finest is still like.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
Meri is posted a couple little bitchy things on her story this week, and one of them is, if standing up for yourself burns a bridge, I have matches. We ride at dawn. Okay, Meri.
Okay, keep calm and carry on, you trendsetter.
But you don't stand up for yourself. You literally don't. Ever.
Hey, ask the other 18 people in her Facebook group. Okay, she's worthy.
It's such a positive and uplifting message that really makes me feel like a better person at the end of the day.
How about this one, which is kind of shots fired at Bonnie here. She posted, your bloodline has been waiting for a woman like you.
Oh God.
Bonnie catching strays over here from the grave. Mary's like, I'm the first woman in my family that anyone can be proud of.
Yeah. Also, hey, Leon, do you want to weigh in on your mom's declaration over here? No? You're good? Okay.
I don't think they talk anymore.
She's the OTC. Yeah, you have to recognize the tribal chief. Is Meri the tribal chief of the bloodline of the Brown family now? That's some wrestling stuff for you guys. Yeah, for anybody else. Crossover there. WrestleMania was last night. It was this weekend. It was a big deal.
Yeah, Justine was watching it. She was like, sorry, if I don't respond, it's because WM is up. And I Googled what WM is. Okay. Other big news. Well, Janelle is the baby.
The baby.
Happy about the baby. But the other... God, the most on-brand thing. She out-browned the Browns by letting us know that the land isn't really doable. So we're just going to do it in our backyard, guys. Okay.
Which was like salt in the wound, if you will, watching this episode when she's like, I mean, I got to tell you, all my eggs in this basket. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right on scene.
I would never make that mistake of investing in land again that we didn't know what we were going to do with.
For how much they do, how much they hounded Meri with the B&B, where they were like, do you have a business plan? Because we really need to see this in greater detail of what your intentions are, how you plan to make money, how you plan to pay for this. And they really went in on Meri about the B&B and having a business plan.
We did that whole season of them like really, and then Meri calls them over and she's like, guess what? I did it by myself. And they're like, that's so great, Meri. And she's like, yeah, it is. And she's like mad that they're not upset.
Yeah, they're like, why didn't you tell us you were closing? She's like, well,
She starts crying, actually.
Yeah.
I can't do anything right with you people.
But it's true. In season 13, everything was wrong. Everything that Meri did was wrong. And the family found fault with all of it.
We've never taken Cody's side so much as we do in season 13. He's right about all of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And she does bring energy into the room.
So here it is. Tata Farms. Due to holdups, hang-ups, and the wildly unpredictable world of coastal NC permitting, bless it, our big garden dreams are heading to the backyard. We've gardened before, but never like this. We had high hopes for a plot on a farm, but let's just say timelines around here are more whenever than Wednesday. So the old chicken coop, RIP, sweet ladies. Yeah, listen, again, Janelle moved in. All the chickens are dead within weeks. Is getting a second life as our veggie patch. It may not be the grand plan, but it's a plan. Veggie garden loading. More to come. And then this is pictures of the yard. Here's a great picture that no one chose to flip counterclockwise.
No, because you get to turn, you get to crack your neck while you're looking at it.
Janelle is everyone's mom. I don't know. Yeah,
it's fine.
I guarantee she did what my mom did. She was taking 1 second snap, like little video clips that she was like, oh shoot. Yes. And then now just made them into a still photo.
She didn't know how to flip the camera around. These were all taken with the front facing where she had to turn her phone towards the stuff and then blindly tap to snap that.
Here's Caleb Brush doing some gardening.
As one would do in his denim jorts.
In his retirement years.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, and then that's just, it's classic Janelle. She's getting her own house is kind of starting to get started on. So good. I kind of like it though that Janelle's just like going with the flow. This is just kind of Janelle's groove, and I kind of appreciate that because that's kind of like how I operate too. It's like, yeah, we fucked it up, but you know what? We'll just kind of go with it.
She's got a 50,
we'll still use
50
it.
by 50.
It's gonna be, eventually it'll be something, probably at some point.
Now, what do you think her house is going to look like? Because it scared me as soon as she said, oh, it's going to be 50 by 50 with a huge front porch and back porch. I'm like, did anyone actually measure 50 by 50? Like, do we know that this 50 by 50 square?
I think that's all she wants. I think she doesn't really want like anything that big. I think she was totally fine with just having a casita. It's way less to clean.
I think she's planning to spend a lot of time outdoors. Which
that's what she's
is it going to happen if they can't plant anything?
If she's doing 50 by 50 square for the house, it's going to look like the first house that I built in The Sims, which is just
exactly
one big pyramid roof, and it's like, man, this looks terrible. No curb appeal, no nothing.
Yes, that's what. Thank you, Corey. I'm like picturing in my mind. Okay, you get to build this. It can look like anything you want. It's your land, and you're choosing a square.
I like to keep it simple. And also, if it's square, it'll keep Meri away.
True. Yeah. No, I thought she didn't like circles.
Oh, just the circles. Never mind.
Yeah, I think I've never seen a house with less curb appeal than the Shira Chateau. That house is crazy. The way that looks from the outside. It looks like a shack. Really quick, we're going to get into Instagram comments, but I just wanted to shout out my other co-host, John, in the comments, Pod in the City. Go check this out on YouTube. Go subscribe. I, of course, forgot to mention us at the beginning of the show. But we're going to get into Cody and Robin Instagram comments. We had to kind of take a little hiatus because nobody was really trolling them too much during the time off. But an episode dropped last night of Sister Wives, and people ran back to the comments. Woo-hoo! So Corey and Carly, come join us. This is Cody Gwyn Brown. Again, not verified still. And he's shadow banned. So even in case anyone wants to find him, you have to type in all of Cody Gwyn Brown, all one word, before it even shows up. Here we go. This is on his post about, in light of a recent unapproved press release about Meri and his divorce. Reminiscing Deja Vu writes, I literally laugh because he thinks people want Robin. Barf! If I were a man, Janelle would be most attractive to me because she works and isn't a mooch and is a strong-ass woman. Christine would be a second choice for me, not Sabin.
Meri, not even consideration.
Didn't even mention Meri.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm not in the comments, guys. I wasn't expecting to be a top favorite.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that speech at in the White Lotus about I'm just happy to be at the table. I feel like isn't that just Mary's life? Just happy to be invited. Here we go. Jenny Barnes, this person, it went to town yesterday. She's all over both of their comments being very funny and sassy, but I picked my favorite comment of hers, and she's speaking for all of us. She writes, I just came here for the comments and to get my happiness boost. Watching how much hate you get really fuels my soul. Let's head on over to Robin.
Oh no.
This is Robin Brown's Nest. Love will save the day. # God is good. 319 weeks ago was this last post. And Kimob8990 said, you never had Mary's back. Does your so-called religion condone your lying? Again, you can always see when people are like, so, yeah. Ooh.
Sick.
Yeah. We got Jay Hoffman 68 says, you and Cody are the most despicable people on earth. 5 people loved that. That is Malibu says, never seen a teardrop. And lastly, Graviano writes, bye, Robin.
Bye.
Ouch. Ouch.
Cody, they're so mean in Instagram. With that, we'll head into our recap. But Corey and Carly, we are so happy to have you as our first guest.
I know. Thank you
for
so
taking
much.
the spot, because I don't think anyone wanted this first one. And so we started with a bang with you guys.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We
So
love it. We
besides
love
our
being here.
your link in the show notes, where can everyone find you? Where should they go?
Oh gosh, everywhere you listen to podcasts, and we're on YouTube as well. So go over and subscribe, Surviving Pod, if you haven't already. But yeah, we're all over the place. You can check out the link to find all the spots that you can find the stuff, and Patreon. We got our Patreon too. Patreon.com/survivingpod.
It's an instant click every week for me. So thank you guys. We love you so much.
Yay.
And we'll do another little crossover hopefully in the near future.
Absolutely.
We would love to.
Thanks so much for having
Thank you.
us.
All right. Say
Hashtag worthy up.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. They're out.
Oh.
Oh God, I knew it was gonna happen. Right? Whew.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
fun. All right.
That was so much fun. That was so much
Thanks
fun.
everyone for joining us. I can't wait to get back and make comments later. All right, Jody,
All right.
we're going to start this recap now.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the little 5 seconds of pause, and then you're going to start another new episode as if it's.
That's right. Let's what do you think? I think we need to go maybe a little springtime on the actual Coyote Pass of this photo.
Oh, this
Why
is actually a really
no?
nice picture.
Isn't it
You can't
pretty?
see it really because we're in the way, but this is a
Well, you
pretty
can see where Cody chopped down some trees, perhaps at the
He
bottom, but those look far
felled the
too. They look far too like neat and tidy. So obviously he has not done that. Okay, so we want to take a little pause here before we start the other episode. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Hello and welcome to part 2. Or you would say part 2 of our recap of part 2 of season 19. We're picking up with episode 21, The Land of Milk and Honey? Question mark. Our episode description starts with Janelle moves her life from Flagstaff to North Carolina. Oh my goodness. And Discovery app is just loving me here. Hold on.
Do you need me to go back? You good? Hello?
You go.
Okay. You know what? Let's not, because I'm scared it's going to fuck up for me. Let's just start. We're at
We're all good here. Discovery Plus, or Discovery, the app on your phone. If you are watching or listening along, it is a little bit different now. Let's give you the heads up. We've been doing this on our recaps. The way that the app now does it, the way that we're going to watch it is time left, not time that we've watched. So we will give those timestamps as we're watching along, or you could just listen along and ignore the timestamps.
A lot of this episode is flashbacks of episodes from like season 1 or 2. So you can just close your eyes and replay them in your head. Oh, I live in our head rent free. Okay. So I've seen the previously on, and we're just right at the intro here. And I'll just hang on. I'll go back 10 seconds here.
All right. Meri questions her entire relationship with Robin. Cody prepares to baptize Aurora into a new church. And I did just want to mention one thing. I don't know if you know this, but what's her name? Gypsy? Pretty sure she named her daughter, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure she named her daughter Aurora.
I like the name Aurora.
Well, I don't now.
Oh, no, of course not now.
No, she ruined everything.
I know. Okay. Another thing that I won't even say who it was in case she doesn't want to be doxxed, but someone sent me a 10-second clip of Dabsar at their little Easter lunchy thing. And she's like, look at Areola during this. Cause and she's like, the kids seem drugged. Cause there's a couple shots of Ari where Ari's just just catatonic. And then it goes over to Saul, and Saul's doing a Fenty lean at the table. So we'll look up.
They looked very tired to me.
They had to run them out.
It has been a long day running around doing things that they don't want to do for someone else, even though it's their sister. And I think it's them just being and I guarantee they were like, you can order anything you want off the menu, Areola, anything you want. So they just gave her whatever.
She was
getting
carrots.
A little clingy.
She didn't like the carrots. She was getting rid of those carrots.
Oh, I can't wait till that scene, because I'm gonna the way that Robin is eating her food, I'm like, ugh, the biggest eye rolls.
Okay, well here we are. I'm at 40. Well, we're right. It's right about to click onto Meri. 40 minutes and 54 seconds remaining.
So thank Discovery for that. Yeah.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. There's our girl Meri. There's our girl Janelle.
Still the best beginning they've ever done.
Christine's really starting to wear on my nerves in this back half here. Beaker Face really quickly just says, is that video on the Facebook group? No, it's not. It was just sent to me personally. It was just an example. We'll see it here, though. She just sent it to me in a DM. Okay, here we go. 40 minutes and 33 seconds left. Away we go. Shreveport, Louisiana.
So good. Oh, so good to be back.
I know. I'm so excited.
You have a wifey?
Yeah.
I hate the gas smell.
Jill's with me to Carolina.
I hate the smell of gas.
God, you do stink. You stop it.
God, that's so something Brad would do. Is shove his gross fucking stinky finger right under my nose.
I wouldn't care about the stink. I'm like, ooh, I was just on the gas handle thing. Ugh.
For sure. Yeah. David's got a Guinness.
I actually like the smell of gasoline.
I do too. That's a thing, I think.
Yeah.
Christine looks really cute here. I think this is a good color on her. Carly, I don't know if that's in her color scheme, but I feel like this episode has Christine and David, their banter. It's getting less annoying, I guess is what I'll give them. All right, they do seem to equally like each other.
Yes.
I would hate it if he was irritated at her as much as we are. I would be mad at him. But
he
like each other.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't appreciate
the man. It's just like a constant doting woman.
I would love them to both stop fucking talking about when Janelle's gonna get fucked again or when she's gonna be with a man. It's really, really wearing on me. I can't even imagine how and you can tell Janelle in all the scenes is yeah, shut the fuck up now. Okay.
I think even Mashin is okay.
She's fine.
Why are you making my mom fuck someone she doesn't want to fuck?
Janelle's I call Truly as my passenger. Truly. Yes,
Truly. Well, that was brave. That was brave. I was like, oh, okay. They didn't want the biting scenes out anymore. That they've learned.
I would choose Truly because I think they both have their own headphones in during the drive. Great. perfect.
Yeah.
You listen to your
Truly is like watching some anime and deciding which Gryffindor house she's in. She's good.
Awesome. Yep. Right, 4006 left.
Christine, David, and Truly have flown out to Flagstaff to help me drive the trucks across country. So we've been sort of switching off drivers. Today, Christine and David are in the moving van and Truly and I are driving in my truck. I think it's a little bit intimidating to come clear across the
silence in Janelle's car.
Yep. Really like Janelle has headphones in. I love it. And it's illegal. It's okay.
Amazing. And you know Janelle is dreading Truly talking as much as anyone else. And it's not just because it's Truly. It's like any kid in the car. Anyone in the car is like
13 years old too. Yeah. No, I think that's I think they have the best situation there. Because she was in the car with Christine and Christine kept talking about Cody the whole time and Robin. And I was like, I don't want to relive it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I'm over it. 3947.
It's exciting and intimidating and exhausting and all those things.
Robin and I are really just moving on together with our family and really just doing all we can to cleanse ourselves of all that toxicity and move on.
I think I'd really love if I was watching TV and I saw my dad get on TV and say, I'm just so happy I cleared myself of all that toxicity.
Getting rid of like all those kids. It's just their energy they bring into my life.
And the thing is, he's not doing it by accident. He's saying this specifically to hurt them.
Yeah, we've just decided to move on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're going to like get over all that.
I'm going to make sure that I call them toxic.
Stuff.
They're toxic in my life. Me, the parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This
is really killing.
Jacob up there says, can we just say justice for Hunter for the camping episode? That's exactly where my mind went to. About the makeup and stuff, where he's getting mad about the makeup. Okay, here we go.
So good.
I haven't seen Meri for a while. We talk a little bit.
Sure.
But the most time I've spent with her in recent past was helping her move to Parowan, Utah.
This is my least favorite shirt on Meri ever.
Deep awareness that this is just the final sort of goodbye about the entire family.
He looks psychotic. He's got Sampaku eyes.
He does.
Moving there and getting going on her flower place and starting fresh.
So
right flower
now,
plate.
With Maddie, they've kind of redone a room above the garage for me.
So cute.
They made an offer, and that has been accepted on the land that we want. And as soon as that closes, then we'll start to build.
I hope she finds someone, and I know that she's not even interested right now, and that's
fine.
It's fine.
She needs to really
no, she's got to find herself.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, she's got to find herself like you did, because I'm pretty sure you went immediately to David and have done. What, zero work on your actual self, and you're just pushing all the feelings down, right? For them to resurface ultimately in a few years.
Yeah, I mean, like the only thing, and I hope this isn't the case, but what has come across, at least on TV, and maybe it is editing, I'll like give her the benefit of the doubt. But it seems it is like, yeah, you can move on with your life after divorce, but the way that she talks about it is as if like David came in and cured everything. It just fixed 100%. Everything. Like you meet someone new, it fixes everything. And that's not how it works.
And I get it. Like I understand that sentiment. Of course, I don't want to actually sit and deal with my issues, but it's also irritating that she's saying, I mean, I know right now, but I hope she does find someone eventually. That would irritate me so. Like I think if I were Janelle, I'd have to have a talk with her. I'd be like, I really need you to like get that out of your head and stop saying it, because it's like, grating.
It makes Christine's own journey look like she hasn't learned as much or grown as much as she's saying she is. Yeah.
3832.
You know, she's been on her own for a long time, doing her own thing.
Is this loud enough?
Janelle was really independent in Vegas, and she would just go on trips just by herself. She'd be like, well, I want to go to such and such, so I'm just going to go.
Hell yeah.
And I remember asking her all the time, is Cody going to go with you?
By the way, I'm going to pause it really quickly. Christine's hair in these talking heads looks like a like I'm like, how is your hair? She must have never dyed it in her life, right? It's just the shiniest, most beautiful hair.
I think they just have really healthy hair. I think it's really good DNA and just caring for it. Yeah. I think she's just super lucky.
Yeah. These comments are very funny. Christine is a lot. She is.
Yeah.
She is. Everyone was on her side, but oh my God. She's toning it down a bit. I will say that. 38-16 left.
Like, I don't know. I would just be waiting for Cody still. That was what I did.
So I can remember I was sitting on the couch in our very first rental house in Vegas, and I just kind of
lamp.
I sit around and wait for Cody to show up. It's never going to happen. I'm going to sit home and be miserable, and I would never have lived any kind of a life.
I love that.
Stronger, more independent now than I ever did before.
I've said this to a couple people already, but like, you literally are not, though. You feel happy and supported, but I would not say that independent is a word I'd use to describe. I'd say that you're codependent.
Yeah, well, I would use to describe. Well, she definitely was with Cody.
I think she was independent.
There was a codependence there.
I think she was independent with Cody at the end.
Day to day, I think so. But I think like in terms of what they thought they were doing was like a really dysfunctional codependent relationship because they were both getting something out of it until you realized, I think until Christine separated the religion of it, she was like, oh, take the religion part out of it. Like, what is dysfunctional in this relationship? Oh, okay. It's that like he doesn't love me.
How much time do you think Christine is actually spending on her own? And this isn't even coming from a place of judgment, because I know there are couples that spend every second together, but I think that they spend, like, this is pretty much the deal. Like, we're attached at the hip.
Yeah, I think so.
Drywall stuff.
Yeah.
And he does
they enjoy doing things together, but I do think like this house thing is probably her whatever, probably because it's her money going into it. Like he probably realized like, okay, like you're bringing money in to do this and I'll support you. And then you could ask people for investment money.
Oh yeah. I hate that. I'm still so icked out by that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't need that.
Like
David has a very successful drywall. Since 1980.
Been doing drywall start today.
All right. 37:52 left.
You're so supportive. There's no 50-50. Like, we're not gonna.
In a marriage, you give 100%.
Yeah.
And if there's times you can't, the other person will step up. But there's never keep score in a marriage. That is the wrong.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then in a polygamous marriage, they do keep score.
I did.
And it's sad.
Maybe I did.
Yeah.
David has a story of his sister that lived polygamy. And
do you know what I find not irritating, but just interesting about this is that now they're talking about how David had a sister in polygamy, and then like the fact that kind of David pretended like he didn't really. I think still downplays how much he really knew who Christine was. It's like if you have actual sisters that grew up in polygamy, you absolutely knew exactly who Christine was. But again, what's the other option? Like coming out and being like, yeah, I've been following Christine since 2012.
Yeah, I knew who she was. I thought we could have a lot in common. I do drywall and she has walls.
There's like waking up to screaming, and his sister and her sister wife, and they were fighting over who got the better stereo. And when he told the story, he's like, that's just plain ridiculous. I'm like, I lived that life.
I don't think it's ridiculous.
Had a better couch. I felt like she had better like dishes.
She did.
Better decorations and like so many things. And I'd be like, why am I left with all these scraps all the time? Scraps of time, scraps of stuff.
Well, when a relationship is united, you don't tend to keep
McKelty on the top hat. It's right there, 36-47 McKelty.
Yeah, it is.
In the top hat. I forgot that there's
and Christine and that Madrigal's frock that she wore to the Brown family commitment ceremony.
I mean, guys, I feel like if anyone wants to recommend like a season of Sister Wives for someone to watch for the first time, anything surrounding that commitment ceremony is just really good as gold.
Gold, Jerry, gold.
It really is gold, Jerry.
Or season 13. I mean, this is really like season 13. You see,
great.
The first tied very vividly, like the seed of Robin is my favorite, and we're moving to Arizona.
Yeah. Oh,
like God, it's the first obvious.
Oh my God, yes, that's coming up. I think next week on our Patreon is the first episode of that, where Cody is doing the speech, and just how much they're manipulating, like where they should go. Because
did you say you had something to say? I don't know what it is, but did you wanted to share something? What could that be?
Yeah. And then Dayton clearly hadn't chosen a college yet. So like he was obviously looking in Utah first. So Utah was the focus. And then like you can just, it's interesting to watch all the things going on behind the scenes now that we know. All right. 3647 left.
You've got a cloak of charity to put over this person that you love.
Yes.
If you're sitting there constantly using that scoreboard against each other, what are you, enemies?
Robin, yeah, bitch. Sorry, yeah, like really that pissed me off. How dare you fucking laugh? You just sanctimonious, evil, selfish. Like, look at her here. That is her laughing. I mean, what are we, enemies? Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what we are. Like that, right?
But and also you don't have to keep track when you're always on top. There's no point.
Yeah, you got Solomon's nursery furniture that you they got at the resale.
Yeah, even though it was in a
furniture
box.
place. Yeah. In a box. Again, we have the receipts. That was brand new. I brought this photo back in. Cody's chairs. Oh, but those were supposed to be really important, but yet Robin very quickly passed those on to Janelle's house.
Couldn't help but notice the French tips in that picture too.
Yeah. Also, that was when she got her her dining room set for the dining room, so she didn't have room for those big chairs. That was before she got the leather sectional.
And she gave the other one to Maddie because she's such a saint. When Robin laughs here, it is the laugh that if I was in a show, if I went back to acting and I had to do a performance of somebody that's lying and has to laugh while they're lying, I would just impersonate that because it was so like completely unnatural. Does she know that? Does she know that? How unnatural she sounds?
No, she still thinks that whatever she says, that's going to be the last thing that's with viewers. So therefore, we're going to believe her.
God, just the amount, if she could just take accountability.
What are we, enemies? Yeah. Yes. Like, and I don't even think it's keeping score. I notice a furniture delivery across the cul-de-sac. I've never gotten new furniture. What the fuck?
Right. Janelle certainly hasn't.
She already got into the house first. What else does she always have to have?
Yeah, she thinks she's fooled us all. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's the most annoying thing about the two of them is it's like, if they could just admit, like, all right, we're not fooling everyone. Like, it's just so like,
yeah, I don't know what they're all like. They're so butthurt. They're making things up and like, oh, they're all upset. What?
And just like and also they're not even putting effort anymore. Whenever they try to counter argue something, their argument is simply, no, I didn't. No.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be crazy. I don't know what they're talking about.
That's not what happened. Can you at least put in the effort for a good lie? Like you used to, Robin? You used to have all these stories.
Okay, yeah, when I came into the family, like I was having to, fill a new house. So I'm sure there probably were some feelings of jealousy because I'm filling a new house with new things. The ketchup fights. Fine, let's have a fucking areola. Yeah. So that's totally normal.
She's so
this is crazy. It's weird that David would think that wouldn't happen.
He's like, that's weird.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah,
not really.
That's
because polygamy is abusive. Okay, 3634 left.
Baby, there were so many times in my marriage with Cody where he liked makeup. It was like you had to always look nice. It mattered to him.
This was interesting because we've never heard him say that before. And they all like comment on this. And then we have Meri coming in with somehow still self-deprecating. Yeah, Cody liked when we looked nice, but I never really felt like he cared what I looked like.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is so Cody. Just my wives need to look good, which we've said about the Darger wives. Like, he's weighing those women in every week, making sure that they look a certain way. But I'm sure he does not. None of these men want to give their wives the credit card to go get an outfit. They got to save their grocery money, but you better look good.
Cody is just really the OG Kanye, dressing up his women the way he likes, but he goes more for the florals and the purples.
The mauves.
Instead of a
Dusty rose.
Dusty rose. 3619 left. Also, really quickly, I hope that it's for the cameras that Christine and David are talking up. Like, do you think they do talk this much when they're just together about Cody?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you got to get it out.
When you're going through like custody stuff and they're settling their,
true,
not divorce, but all that kind of stuff. All that stuff gets brought up because it's like very relevant when you're trying to be like, this is a pattern of behavior. Yeah, he's always done this shit. I don't know why you're surprised because he's always done this.
So again, I'll give more credit to David again for sitting there and putting up with any part.
That's the other part of it. I'm like, she's got to be careful though, because if this is all the time, like at some point you're 2 years, a year into your relationship, and this is still what you're talking about when you're in the car, it does take a toll on a relationship.
Yeah, but he's like
totally get it.
Though. I think he's a little bit of a petty queen too.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
36:19 left.
Much. We'd go camping, and Janelle and I would be sitting there busting our butts, getting breakfast made, cleaning up the mess. And honestly, Robin would be doing her makeup for us.
Okay, so this is where the producer shade begins. And and again, my mom made a comment and I was like, they did get new producers. Love it. And just the fact that as she's telling this story, the producers are like, guess what? We have footage of this. In fact, Hunter bitched about it and then got in trouble for it.
Yes, he did.
Love this. I love how I wish I could watch Cody and Robin watch this episode and be like, what? Whoa.
But don't worry. There's a reason, Amanda. Christine's she's crazy. That's not how it happened.
No, that's not what happened, actually.
And doing her kid's hair and doing her hair.
As Cody is sitting, not helping, doing this, watching him put up. Can you imagine if Adam just stared at you while you were putting on your makeup? Get out. Find something else to do.
Well, I wouldn't be sitting there doing my makeup if my sister wives were running around making me breakfast.
Oh my God.
And if I was really feeling that sick the whole night before, I would probably be sleeping in the tent.
Makeup would be the last thing I want. If you just threw up all night, I'm not putting on makeup.
Oh no, I'm staying in the tent and I'm not coming out.
Zipped up.
But no. Robin has a reason.
She had her headband on in that scene too.
Stupid. Robin's cool headband.
And slaving over the freaking food and cleaning up the campsite.
Yeah.
I think that's why there's not hated camping so bad. Christine was very upset about the whole Robin was.
You can tell Janelle's she's about on her limit here of like talking about
Janelle totally forgot about it. This is what's happened. Janelle is a mom of
a bitch.
Several children, most of them boys. She's like, you think I remember the one spat I had with Hunter? I was always yelling at those fucking kids. Yeah. And she probably was like, fine, let Robin put on her fucking makeup. I'd rather be over here pretending like I live here in the wilderness in a teepee and this is my element. I don't care if I'm sweating. I don't care if I'm eating. I like a little burnt egg in a pan. Who knew? She's living her best life. She's not going to let it bother her.
I just think there's a little, it's not even tension, but it is like Janelle's starting to, and again, we need to also remember that all of these talking heads are filmed recently after Garrison's death, as is the whole scene at that table, by the way.
Right. The perspective is different. Yeah.
So Janelle's like, you can tell Janelle's like, yeah, Christine she's a lot.
She let things get to her.
Yeah. Which is fair though.
No. But what I do love about Janelle and Christine's friendship and sister wives friendship is that they can both acknowledge that they were treated differently. Like I think Janelle has said at times that Cody would go after Christine for certain things or that their relationship was different. And it does seem like Cody did have a little bit, I don't want to say like fear, but I kind of do, of Janelle, or he respected her more.
Oh, yeah. She's
so that if she were upset with him, it would bother him more. So he would almost act preemptively to how she may react. With Christine, he never gave a fuck. He always
because Janelle doesn't care. He wants, as men want someone who's gonna like, they want to be chased, and when you don't chase them, they like.
He wants her to care.
He does. She doesn't. So he knows that she'll leave.
Okay, I know this is going to come up, so I'm just going to throw this out as my theory and see how this fits when this comes up.
Okay.
When he starts talking about his washboard abs, his that Janelle just saw him as a sex object, I mean, that pretty much means that Janelle, when she had Cody over, was like, okay, you're here, cool, like, you know what to do, buddy. Like, do me and we're good. Like, okay, now we're good for the night. Good night. I'm reading my book. I'm going to bed.
So
like, did she make him, like, when he came over, she was like, oh yeah, it's time for you to, like, you know, go to Pound Town. We got 10 minutes. It's my turn. Like, if Janelle was just like, yeah, I need relief. Like, do your thing. Go.
You can go sleep at Robin's after this.
Like, yeah, and then he's like, what, you don't want to have a conversation with me? And she's like, fuck no, I don't. Like,
you're an idiot.
Isn't that why you're here? Is just to, like,
I
have your night
was
with me?
shocked when he actually doubled down on the abs thing. He's not embarrassed. That's what's the most irritating thing, is that he's not embarrassed at all about it. He still thinks it.
Well, or Janelle's the only, oh wait, hold on a second. Oh no, wait. I was going to say, is Janelle the only one who had slept with another man at this point, who had more experience?
Oh, Robin.
But Robin had Aurora's dad. Aurora's face looking back at her, basically. So maybe Janelle, because she's had more experience, like, Janelle probably knows about, like, a man going down on a woman. Like, she knows things. She knows what she wants and needs. So she's like, yeah, okay, like, I like this, do this.
And I
the other women
has been with more than just Cody and Mary's brother.
Oh,
it's probably a couple more in there. Yeah, probably a couple more.
I hope so. But you know what I mean? Like, I think her perspective of, like, they're together, their intimacy, their sex was maybe just more functional for Janelle. She's like, yeah, we, like, you know, we come over, it's his night, we do our thing. And she probably knows how to stroke his ego maybe a little bit more than the other ladies do. Or she's like, ooh, your abs. Ooh, your does she mean it?
Do you think she would even say that? She'll probably throw him a bone every so often. Like, oh, your abs look really good, Cody.
Yeah.
All right. 35-45.
And I was just like, yes, it's irritating, but I'm going to still have fun here.
The one time we went camping, I was 6 months pregnant and I got sick a lot. And so I spent the night barfing my guts up outside my tent on my hands and knees. And
she can't just say I was so sick so I couldn't help. It has to be that I was up all night.
Outside my tiny hand. Weird. We didn't hear anything that night. I'm sure someone would have gotten some sort of camera footage.
We were there. No one remembers this at all. I guess she was so quiet about it. Barfing her.
Well, I know when I'm barfing up and when I was pregnant, the first thing I wanted to do when I was camping after that was to put makeup on and put a plastic headband on my head that digs into the skin behind my ear.
And then I want to go out for some chicken lo mein and 2 plates of dessert.
To settle my tummy.
Tum tum. All right, 35-32.
You know, Janelle and Christine were making breakfast, and I was just trying to hurry and get ready for the day.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Cody's always wanted
Here we go.
people around him to look good. Like, I remember when he and I were first dating, he would take me out and buy outfits because he wanted.
Actually, because they're always in those matchy outfits.
Yep, the V-neck cardigan sweaters,
cardigans, the Canadian tuxedos.
Mm-hmm.
That's when her bangs were up like this.
He wanted her to look good. So does that mean that he thought she needed a little sprucing up?
I think
to like look good enough to be with him. Okay.
No, I think he was like really into her at the beginning.
Okay.
35-15.
Good. That said, I didn't ever really feel like that he put pressure on me to look good or to make sure my hair was done or to make sure my makeup was on.
Doesn't care. Yeah.
I was constantly wondering and constantly insecure. Because as much as I was comparing, he was also comparing all the time.
Christine, you don't need to explain anything to us. He wrote a whole paragraph in your book about eating nachos. You never need to.
Of that chubby girl with chili cheese fries everywhere. To say I was disgusted would be an understatement.
An understatement. Like
Mother of your children.
You never need to tell us why you felt insecure in this relationship. That's like one of the most heinous. Everyone I've told that story to, straight men, gay men, straight women, like people who don't give a shit about that.
There's no way someone, you can forgive that, but you're never forgetting it.
I couldn't forgive that.
That's like those comments that you hear when you were a kid, if you were made fun of or bullied. Those are things that are in your mind that you can go to therapy, but it will never go away.
And then he's
married to him.
He doesn't feel sorry about it, because in the interview that's been scrubbed from the internet of the tell-all where they get asked about it, they both are laughing about it. Cody's like, yeah, no, to say the least. Oh, God. All right. 34:52.
Robin was up on this pedestal and the rest of us were just lacking.
Yeah.
I felt like I was lacking in the relationship.
Sorry, but that's really shallow.
It was shallow.
Here's the thing. Me and my first 3 wives, we would hunker down and get along enough to survive. It didn't ever feel like I was not in the doghouse with somebody.
Yeah, I felt like when the family was together, there was unfair fighting that was happening for sure. Yeah. Hitting below the belt, jumping to conclusions, name calling. That is a big part of the family falling apart, was there's just so little trust with each other.
See, like, even if in that sentence she had said, I did it too, but she can't even say that. She can't even say me included, or I'm guilty of it too. You can tell that she was alluding to the idea that it was them.
Yeah, I saw some unfair fighting in the family. I've seen it for a long time, and I don't know what that is. I think it's really bad. I think they shouldn't do that. I've never done that. I mean, it's just sad. I don't know.
Like,
there's name calling, going below the belt. And she's obviously talking about the women. Hey, how about Cody saying, I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah.
Cut off your kids, kick them out of the house. Robin, you moved 20 people because of you and your son, but they're supposed to just kick their kids out of the house during COVID. Liar.
34:10 left.
So sad.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun hanging out with Dave. Going traveling. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
I'm really glad I'm watching with subtitles, because it's road trip and Star Trek.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun just talking to each other and just going to Moab. Just a lot of fun.
Playing cards or watching Star Trek, he's saying. Ooh. Not that isn't fun. I actually would find. I think watching TV and playing a low-key game of cards is a great time, actually.
She would never stop talking during the show, though. She'd be worse than you or I. Like, she would never. Shut up.
Star Trek. I can actually see. I know that Christine probably just watches Star Trek because of David, but that actually seems like a show that Christine would genuinely.
She would get into.
Yeah, so that's,
and then I could see her doing like some sort of Star Trek bedroom cosplay thing.
Oh yeah,
we know Christine's freaky. We know.
Freaky bitch, as Corey would say. 33:57.
Cards are watching Star Trek.
Cannot believe you have me watching Star Trek after all these years.
That's right.
My stuff is here. I live here now. It never in my life would I have ever thought I would move clear across country, let alone to the southeast.
Good job.
So this is a whole new adventure that I never saw coming. I'm so grateful to David. He was willing to drive that big truck, because I don't know if I could have done it.
That was a very, very long, very cold drive. How many times have you done that drive?
I think this is my fourth drive.
Fourth drive?
Fourth. I've sold everything, terminated leases, and I've put all my stuff in a truck, and I've moved. Let's go see those babies.
You know what we forgot to talk about is that Coyote Pass sold. Did we talk about that last time? Did that happen? I feel like
I believe we did.
Okay, well, I guess I was going to say, I'm just, the relief that I feel for them is that now, like, Cody has nothing. Like, he has no control over them. Not even the show, because they're Cody and Robin know that they're not going to get a spinoff show. There's no way that, like, they have him by the balls. And God, I'm just so relieved for all of them.
Yeah, I think Cody will never admit that that is what's going to kill him. Not having Coyote pass and the control and to have it look like he won.
And that he lost. Well, he literally lost. They ended up being equal, which is a loss.
Yeah, he's gonna have to twist this in a way where he's still somehow victimized, but then he also wants to make it look like he's, on the top of everything. So it's going to be interesting to see how they spin this.
Very much. And then next week we have, Meri and Janelle doing this, and then Christina and David doing this. But then Cody and Robin's storyline next week is going out to Josephine's again and talking about polygamy and what it was like. It's like they just don't have anything else to do or talk about. Like their whole life was talking about polygamy and then the land, and like it's so empty.
And their whole lives that they were drawn together to each other, like an us against the world against them. And now that they don't have that, what do they have in common?
Which I assume puts even more of the fear of God in Aurora and Brianna. And like now they can turn on us. We are the scapegoats now.
Yeah. Like what's the shared vision? It's just they thrive on both being victims
and on chaos
and chaos and drama, and now it's just going to be between themselves, and it's going to be great. I love it.
I have to take a picture of this dog really quickly for their owners.
Which one is it?
Ace. I'll show you guys. I just to show the owners though. Right now, oh my god.
Oh, you're such a good.
Everyone hates
like fairy godmother to these pets. I love it.
It's blurry. Okay, you know what? Let's just fucking keep going here. It's fine. Yeah. He moved out of the thing. There's 3 other dogs here. Okay, here we go.
And Gabriel living in town and the property on Coyote Pass, and that's the only thing that ties me to Flagstaff anymore. Hi. At this point, I am perfectly capable.
I love that both of them are going in as grandma. Like that's just really nice. Yeah. Like they're both grandma. I mean, I don't think Meri and Robin would have the same kind of
I know. I was just thinking, I'm like, oh, Robin as a grandma. Remember, what was she going to be? Bubby? Because it's Czechoslovakian for grandma. Yes. Yeah, but you never went here. You don't go here. You're never going to go here. So,
and are you Czechoslovakian even? That's what Amber calls. Yeah. Isn't that what Amber calls Leah? Leah. 3242.
Of moving forward in my life. I am really just ready to be resolved and have this property sold. I don't want to have to think about Cody anymore. I don't want to have to talk to him, interact with him, nothing. And as long as that property remains a source of contention, I can't fully move on.
All right, let's go ahead here.
Yes.
And I did bring the puppy up here to say hello. So
there's the corgi. There's little Ace. Oh my god.
Oh boy. All right, let's put you back down, buddy.
So cute.
We're in Parowan.
Yeah, we are.
Let's see what Meri's doing. I was talking to Becky earlier today, and she's like, "Oh, it looks like Meri." We're talking about the producer change, and she thinks that they really seem to favor Meri. Do you think?
Yeah, I could see that.
Everyone who's seen her in public says that she's very nice. So, like, maybe she is just a better person now and like lighter.
Yeah, I think she's just someone who makes a better friend than family member.
Yeah, yes, for sure.
Like, I think we just all know those people in our lives. Like, yeah, like they're cool, but like I wouldn't want to be like living with them or long term. They're good to have fun with if you have fun with them, but like you're not taking it any deeper than that.
You know what? I think that's exactly how I would be as a mom. Is because I'm so overly irritable. I'm so irritated by things so much. Oh, good. Now all hell's gone. Broken loose. Okay. 3202. Let's see what Meri and Jen are up to. By the way, I like Jen's outfit in this episode.
Did you just see my email? Is that why you just came in?
No, it's because it's time to do the scene, Jen.
Yeah, and we're mic'd up, and I live here.
Yeah. And also, you're facing the door as Meri comes in. She's like, "Hi, Meri. Did you get to any time?"
I have my tea. Dunk.
I appreciate Jen in this scenario that she's doing her job.
Oh yeah.
She's not afraid of Cody and Robin. Great. Just enough of Jen in this episode. I just don't want this to be a weekly Jen segment.
It will be, but I think Meri needs her to keep her grounded and to keep Meri from pussying out and not saying, like, you can tell sometimes Meri will like want to say something and then Jen will be like, no, use your words, sweetie.
No, we needed this. This was necessary. As much as the two of them annoy us together, this was a necessary good scene.
This, and what we're about to talk about is my sister, is the destruction and the failure that is My Sister Wives Closet. For anyone who doesn't know, the reason I spell my name like that, framed right there behind me on my new shelf, Amanada. That wasn't me. I didn't misspell that. Aurora did. But now I was thinking, like, was it Meri maybe?
No, it clearly goes through Robin. Like, Robin is not reading her emails. She's not going through. Like, first of all, go on your website and disable the cart function. It's not that fucking hard. And you've had years to do it.
Well, she hasn't disabled her Instagram account. I think
I'd be pissed if I was getting people emailing me about something I have no involvement with, and they knew exactly what they were doing putting this out here, and it's just great.
I think, again, can I meet these producers? They have to be millennials at the very least, right? And they're definitely not Cody's friends. Like, oh God, I just love these producers. I would love to talk with them. 3146. What email?
I got another email following up on that jewelry that I ordered. Oh, really? So I got an email through one of my businesses. Somebody had reached out to me.
So somebody messaged her on either Worthy Up or Lula. So funny. Yeah. Hey, Meri, about My Sister Wives Closet. I sent Robin $99 and no response.
Haven't heard anything.
Tumbleweeds.
You're the only one that talks to her because you're friends.
Oh my God, so funny. And it's a guy too. It's a man who's clearly doing this as a joke for his wife, who is like as a troll gift.
Yes.
Like the cameo from Peyton.
Like Joe Darger isn't even going to buy one of these things for his wives. Please.
No one's buying these seriously, but so funny. Okay, 3134 left.
Regarding My Sister Wives Closet order that he had placed on the website.
This jewelry is so ugly.
I was trying to either get a refund.
Scooby-Doo.
It really is Scooby-Doo.
Did we get another email? Yeah, we got another email. Okay, because the other one I already screenshotted and sent to Robin so that she could handle the customer. So hopefully she responds to them soon. I started My Sister Wives Closet over 10 years ago, selling jewelry and other things.
All right.
I put the business
Big mistake. Huge.
The cart's not disabled, so people sometimes sneak an order in.
Destabilized.
Sometimes Meri will get.
Oh, wait, hold on. Guys.
Sorry.
It's people's fault that they snuck an order in by clicking on an open free website, add to cart.
Oh, I was thinking it was Ace too. Did Ace say that someone said Ace says it wasn't him? Oh, I was kind of hoping that it was him.
Yeah, you had said that, I think, on Patreon or something. This is just.
Who else would it be? It wasn't Corey. Adam?
Oh, yeah. No. No, even he's like, no.
I'm not spending money on that shit. All right, 3052.
It's kind of on pause right now. It feels like the only time you talk to them is when they need something or when you need give them information. So, I mean, obviously, I'm in a different place. I'm moving forward with my life. I don't need to focus on healing a relationship, but I would. You'd be the only one. But I would be the only one.
Thank you, Jen.
That's how it always was, or for not always, but for many years before, I was the only one. I had this bond with her, and I'm now questioning.
Yes.
Why tell me that you want to
finally
and ghost me for months and months and months.
Yes.
Why, when COVID is happening and I'm following all the rules, do I not get to go over to your house and see your kids? Why do you not want to come over to my house for the kids to play outside in the yard?
Here's another fan service thing, is that all of us for years have been talking about that playground, the playground. Why does Meri have this huge playground? And it's just never been, it's always been glossed over. And like, they're throwing that in too. And they're going to sit and talk about the playground right now.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Call her out.
Call her out. And Jen's about to say, if you're going to be a bitch, just be a bitch then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say you want to be my friend if you have no intention of seeing me. Let's just like call it like it is and just be like, yeah, we should get together sometime.
Mm-hmm. And that is what all of us have been saying is about the accountability thing is Robin would be more likable if she just admitted, yeah, I got exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, I was really freaked out about COVID and we went overboard with it. And it really, it didn't help to the already crumbling family dynamic.
Yeah.
We could have all done things differently.
I regret that. And I'm sorry about it.
Yes.
Dare I say. Yes. Okay. 30 minutes exactly. It feels like this episode is so short because we're doing all hour-and-a-half episodes right now on Patreon.
Oh, was that
42-minute episode is flying by. Yeah.
Well, and I could watch this episode 10 times. I loved it. 100%. And I'll watch it again.
I can't wait for the rest of the season. 30 minutes left.
I had 5 kids constantly home. It was COVID. We were doing online.
Well, then tell them to bye-bye like most kids are supposed to do.
Traveling some. And so we really struggled to sort of get our schedules lined up. But I know we both wished we had been able to see each other more. We were both complaining about that.
Lie. She just said she was available.
Yeah.
She was a fraud. She was a liar. She was manipulating.
Yes.
I know the look. I know the look.
Jen's over it.
I know that you're like right there. You have
I'm like cautious because I don't think it was like intentional manipulation.
I don't either. I
don't.
Okay, I'm sorry. Pause right here.
Yes.
I think what Jen's saying there without saying it. When she said, I don't think she like meant to do it. I think what she's saying is Robin isn't purposely being manipulative. That's just who she is because she's a narcissist.
That's what Jen's saying?
I think so. Where she's like, I don't think she meant to be mean and lie to you. She just is always manipulative.
So naturally to her.
Yes. And I don't think like Meri totally heard it that way, or I'm hoping we all heard that same thing. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
I don't think she's purposely like being mean, leaving you out. She's just a liar.
Yeah, no, I was talking to Becky, who runs the Robin fan group on Facebook about it. We were talking about Robin, and she's like, so like you really don't think Robin's a good? And I was like, why don't you like Robin? And I was like, I think she's a truly bad person in her soul, and I know the thing is that I know her. I know her. I know women like her. I know
she was raised by her mom to be like this.
Generation.
It is out for your own. Like your happiness is the most important. And you know what? Like your feelings are the most valid. Let's stop everything because you're crying. And she does that with her kids.
And I think Robin does have the ability to love. I think she does love her kids, but I don't think that Robin has ever done a selfless thing in her life. I don't think she's ever done something that isn't self-serving with the intention of coming out on top. She's never done something or made a sacrifice in her life. I think all the women are very flawed, especially Meri. But Robin, I think, is just truly rotten, like you've said.
Yeah, like I do think she was avoiding going into Meri. She didn't want to go over there. Okay. And maybe the kids didn't want to go over there because they feel uncomfortable around her. Like maybe, right? No, that's a possibility.
And Meri does seem like she's great with kids. I think if I was a kid, I would feel actually very comfortable with Meri. Gwen seemed to love Meri because I think Meri is kind of weird. So if you're also kind of a weird, quirky kid, Meri actually might be a nice, comforting spot for you.
Yeah. And I'm just saying if Robin were truly genuine that she wanted a relationship with Meri and the kids didn't want to go, if it was something like, Meri's kind of weird, whatever, then what you say to the kids is like, listen, we're a family. We're working really hard to keep in touch. We're going to go play for an hour and we're going to go home. But would Robin ever talk to her kids like that? You have to do something you maybe don't really want to do. Never would she do that.
Oh, the too tender. Okay, 2912.
Person.
You guys need to settle down. Go lie down.
Insider with him, the new shiny toy. Yeah. And then it just became them against everybody else. And then she'd act like she was your best friend.
Yeah.
And then completely ignore you and hurt your feelings.
Thank you, Jen. Let's lie down.
Like, that's really
Like either be an asshole or don't.
Yes.
I know that mine and Robin's relationship was a good one, and I felt very solid in it. Like we were very close. And then it started. There was
Meri thought they were close.
I always had Meri's back, even when people were plotting against her, ignoring her, and I never felt a divide.
Plotting against her. Look, I think the other women are awful and toxic too, but I don't think
that's bullshit.
You, in fact, were plotting against her. Weren't you part of the catfish incident? You were talking about it.
She got a divorce for you.
Yes.
Which she now says in this episode that was like that was hardest for her.
She wasn't emotionally ready. I think she said that to Tamron more. Is that she's like, that was the harder divorce for me because I wasn't emotionally ready.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That was on Tamron. And also Robin. Now I do think Robin knows she's lying now when she's like, I mean, the schedules were crazy, whatever.
She's not even trying.
She knows she's lying. She's covering up. But I think like when she's actively doing it, she knows she doesn't want to do it. But she doesn't think she's being manipulative, but she is. Right. Because she doesn't have any self-reflection.
Or accountability.
Right.
Or goodness
Totally forgot what I was going to say. It'll come to me.
It'll come to you the second I press play here. Ready? Oh, we have 29 left.
When she moved, that was when things changed. She changed it.
She changed it. Did you note? I definitely noticed that. That's when things changed. She changed it when she moved.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Yeah, smash that like, you guys. Thumbs up, subscribe, like it. Make a little comment, even just hello. It helps. What I was going to say is Robin saying I always had her back. That in and of itself is very manipulative because how do you prove a negative? How do you prove she didn't have her back?
Right.
Like you could go back and say that, or like, but Robin, give us examples of when you did, when she's like, other people were mean to you. But like, what did you do to have her back? Like I can say, I always have Walter's back, but like
you don't.
But like, what does that mean? Like, unless you see me doing it, how am I going to know?
It in these episodes that we're covering on Patreon, where Meri, especially in the episode where they all sit down and they're like, "Hey, Meri, what the fuck? You bought a house without telling us?" And then Robin's like, "That just really affected me." It was just the way she uses that to bring it back on her. And I would have.
She didn't have her back there.
But she was portrayed.
I just really wanted to have a part of that. I wanted to be able to celebrate it with you.
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me. That's manipulative. Mm-mm-mm.
All right. 28-23. Walter, you're so over these other dogs. I know. Okay.
I always cared.
Oh, all right. I'll believe you then. All right. We're back in.
Yeah, prove it.
Here, now we get to, the thanking of God, the exaltation to Jesus I did yesterday over the fact that we didn't actually have to watch Aurora's baptism play out. They just showed some stock photos and just had some voiceover, and it was in and out in, I don't know, a minute.
Okay, it felt like the longest part of the episode to me, though.
Oh, really? Yeah, but we didn't have to see it. There wasn't, let's get ready for this. Let's go. We're driving. It was just, this happened here. Here's a couple pictures from it. The end. Now we're going to get dressed for our Easter best and walk in.
Oh my God, right?
28-14.
So this is a big day. Aurora has been church shopping and she has decided she's going to get baptized.
I've heard the details of the baptism. It's very different from like what our church would do for baptism. And
you're not in a church, Robin.
Yeah. When I was 8 years old, my toe poked out of the water and I came up coughing. So I had
like a big pussy.
Yeah.
He couldn't keep his fucking head underwater.
I hate that this is the photo that Cody actually chose to share of himself when he's younger because he thinks he looks cute there.
He looks kind of
think about this. I don't like it.
I mean, he's got like that little devil. He's got a devilish smile on. 27-47.
Do it again because in Mormonism the rule is you're fully immersed in the water. If a hair comes up or a toe comes up, you do it again.
In the mainstream LDS church, you're baptized when you're 8. The idea is that that's when you...
Just my 2 cents here. I actually think this makes more sense. I've always thought it was weird that babies get baptized. I'm like, they didn't sin. No, I don't have any sins.
Well,
let us do it once we sinned a bit.
Well, that's kind of like what confirmation is in the Catholic Church, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I confirmed. Yeah.
You and I like, oh, that's what we did that
I
for.
did do that. I wore out really rough
We just go through the ritual.
I hit a really big growth spurt right before my confirmation, and my outfit was crazy. I wore a leather vest.
Oh, I think I actually showed a picture of what I wore to my communion on our girl dinner memory episode.
We'll do another memory box episode. The first one was really good.
And a big bow akimbo.
2734 left.
Know kind of really what's good, what's bad, right, wrong. And that's when you can make accountable for those decisions.
My mom made my dress for me, and I loved it. And I got baptized in the
That dress is a lot better than her wedding dress.
This is cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, baptisms in our church, there's a specific, they call it the baptism font. Everybody's quiet.
Yeah, everyone knows it. So
but like for her church, there's no specific space. There's no specific, it's her choosing who baptizes her, you know?
Friends are doing it. Women are baptizing women, you know, in my church.
What? Next thing you know, they're going to vote.
He's soon you won't be able to.
Women thinking they're like priests.
That's crazy. And he's saying it like with an incredulous tone. Women baptizing women, if you can believe. We get it, Cody. God,
it's a special day for him, right? Let's hear about Cody's special day.
This is the thing, is the way he makes this all about him is when he says he whispers into Aurora's ear. I don't like it. It's a weird relationship, and I'm just going to start being more open about saying how fucking creepy their relationship is, because it's not appropriate in my opinion. He's about to say, you know, in my religion it was the male's authority. And did you notice that he says baptize? I baptize her. He's going to say,
yes. He put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah. She's leaving my ass.
That's right.
My religion, it was a male's authority, men's authority only, you know. I was just surprised. They're like going to let me do this. I'm going to baptize her.
Baptize her.
What a moron.
I hear some stock footage of not their church.
Baptism?
We're doing it in a watering trough for livestock. And it's been
this crew was like, what the fuck are we supposed to do here at this church?
It doesn't look sloppy or anything like that.
There's like music playing and everybody's excited and people are like there watching.
Yeah.
The band is playing the whole time.
Yeah, that's church.
Do we still have a picture of Aurora playing in her band?
Wait, you're talking about when? Oh my God, we gotta scroll all the way up. We got so many.
We keep it up there in the.
There she is. There's our girl.
See, when we get to the dinner later, and Brianna is so fucking weird in her like rehearsed line that she fucks up and Robin has to repeat.
It's not smooth.
Not smooth. I think that if I were part of this church group, I was going to say youth group, but they're 30. Excuse me. I think that I would want to be, if I had to choose who to be friends with, it would be Aurora, because Brianna seems mean, outright mean and bitchy. Aurora, I think, just would at least be nice to everyone. She'd be annoying, but I would rather be friends with her than Brianna.
Aurora's a clinger. She's Mora from
clinger, but I don't think she's a bully. I don't think she'd be a mean girl. I think Brianna is a full mean girl, and it didn't happen until like recently, because I used to like her. People don't agree with me in the comments though.
I don't love Brianna. I don't know. There's something about her. I just it's just my gut seeing her. I don't trust her. I think she had a little bit of like youngest child got away with stuff.
Sure.
She just seems sneaky. Something I don't like her, and I can't explain.
Yeah. I don't think Aurora's sneaky, because I don't know if she has
she's not smart enough.
Intellectual.
No.
2620. Can you guys stop dragging that bone across the hardwood floor? Thank you.
Whatever. This wasn't some kind of phony baloney. This was just deep.
They're in shock that there's actually another church besides their own.
I know.
She gets into this tub and like Cody talks in her ear.
I just whispered the baptismal prayer in her.
I can almost guarantee you that was not instructed for him to do. Like, you don't need to say or do anything, Cody. You just got to dunk her. And he's like, wait a second.
He's got to make it extra dramatic, extra Cody. Oh, only Aurora and I know what I said to her in her ear, and it was just so
I don't
special.
like that, babe.
No.
Okay. Yeah, okay. People at least are agreeing. It's creepy. You know, it's creepy because we've been watching it since they met him. They knew him 4 months before they were calling him daddy, kissing him on the mouth and sitting on his lap. I don't think there's any other way to phrase that without it being that's inappropriate.
And it's that mixed with them infantilizing the children, which is why it is so extra creepy, because it's not as if they're like, oh, they're young adults, they're making their own decision, we're really proud of them, and how cool that they want us to be a part of this now that they're adults. He's talking about her as if she's 7 years old.
No, it's really not okay. It's weird that she's also wearing it. She's chosen to wear a t-shirt for this. It's a strange choice.
Well, it's because they're going in something called a baptismal font. And Robin is so stupid. She thinks baptismal font is like a super, or like a niche word that not many people know. She's so dumb.
2604.
Here, I very respectfully threw back to my beliefs with her baptism. I wanted to feel that I was covering the ground for what I believe and for what Aurora and her congregation that she shares this belief with believe.
She comes up and she's just like big smile,
I hate that smile.
tons of joy.
When this happened, I said out loud, she's 24 or 22, but like she's an adult. Like
she looked like a newborn baby coming out of like her mother's vagina. Like
she's a full-fledged adult, not even 18, not even college years adult. She's a full-blown adult, could be married with kids here, and it would not.
She looks like a 5-year-old at Chuck E. Cheese, and the band is singing "Happy Birthday" to her.
Yeah, and again, it's not her fault. These kids didn't have a prayer. 25.
Yeah, but like, get with it now.
Oh my God, how did you get back over there?
You're an adult.
She's just beaming. And they just are like, yay, Aurora, and all this stuff. I'm like, she's cool, huh?
I don't think that's why they were cheering. No. I think they were like, good job, Aurora. You did it. It's done. Get well.
Yeah. Robin's like, yeah, she's pretty cool. Pretty cool, isn't she? Cool.
Yeah, they're clapping for the new awkward girl, and they're like, "Yay!" Now everyone get the fuck out of here because like we're gonna hang out.
Okay, and then Cody, I have it paused here. Cody's about to say something pretty douchey. She didn't even have to do a lot but plug her nose and say amen. Like basically, I did most of the work. You can't even give her this.
Yeah, I had to sniff her hair and whisper into her ear. It's pretty special.
25-24 left.
And she did great.
It was just really cool, and Cody's smiling. It was a really
Robin's
really
stupid
cool
photos.
All right,
nice embroidered towel.
I wanted to have kind of like a little dinner to celebrate.
Here we go. And everyone remembers that shot of them. Like people saw them in Flagstaff filming that. Remember when those pictures came out and everyone just
like, what are they doing? Are they shooting a scene from Little House on the Prairie?
Right. And they're making it seem like this is happening right after the thing, but it's not. This took place weeks later, months after the actual baptism. So this was just like a production appointed outing. And let's take a look at, I think I said to my mom last night, like, I'm actually impressed with how well behaved Ari is being. But now that person said, like, they do seem, like, how else do you get Ariella to be this good at this quiet at dinner?
Well, and they've seen how the other previous episodes, she had the freaking pacifier in the car. She wasn't sitting down in her seat. Remember, like, at the time they're filming this, they're also seeing the backlash. And so maybe they did, like, talk the fear of death into Areola, or maybe production was just like, we're just not going to shoot this kid because she's always trying to get in the frame. Yeah. She's always looking at the camera, which she does. Areola looks straight into the camera.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to hurry the Brown family scenes along.
Oh, yeah. And as Jacob is saying right here, I'm so irritated they had to direct Saul on where to sit. Yes, right as I pause this, they're like telling the kids where they're all like fully, like, you could leave. Solomon could babysit Ari at this point, right? Like they could go out for a date night. He's 12?
How old is Saul here? Yeah.
He's older than Truly. No, he's a year younger than Truly, who's 13. So he's 12.
They should be able to go out to dinner if he's 12 years old. I mean, especially if they have adults still living in the house.
Mama Squirrel says Saul was limping. They let him out. They let him out of the house. Tripped.
Ah.
This is why he's not
see,
allowed
that's
to.
why
He went down the slide. Slide in basketball. Yeah, okay, we were all going there. All right, 2508.
So you get Brianna's chair.
Yeah, none of our kids have joined our church.
That's what a gentleman will do, okay?
Yeah, I do feel like we failed. I think we weren't working on our jealousy as much as we should have been. I feel like everybody was kind of looking out for themselves rather than like, okay, how can we build up this group and how can we make a better whole? I feel like we weren't including God enough. I mean, this is such a complicated, challenging way of life. You have to include God. There are a lot of things that I saw that I'm like, we're screwing up here.
Great, let's go ahead.
Fully honest with me.
Okay, we're at 2354. We're back in Parowan with Meri.
At this point, I do feel like you've got more of a relationship with Janelle than you do with Robin. Like, when you moved away, I feel like if Cody and Nathan hadn't been there to see it, she probably wouldn't have shown up.
And then now we're going to get into how Robin fucking...
This was great. I love Jen.
They broke this down. This is from this season. This is from earlier this season. A couple episodes ago. No, we're going to rail on her for that. That was like insane. That whole thing. Oh my God, so embarrassing for Robin.
And the way she unwraps the gift for Meri,
and the fact that they're really going to come and be like, yeah.
You give the gift, you go away. That, I mean, narcissists, we talk about this all the time. Like, it's overused. But that right there, like, she's opening the gift. The gift was for her to get the feeling that's going to make her feel good when Meri gets it. Now she can, like, cleanse herself of any sort of guilt or anything. Because I went, I give her a gift.
2336.
Fabulous gift.
Fabulous gift. The gift that triggered the Etsy investigation.
At that point, Cody and I were split. Our marriage was over. It was done. And then Robin showed up, and
here comes Robin.
She was coming. She was very sad. And she wanted to talk to me, so we went into the house. I'm sorry that this worked out this way. Yeah, it's kind of sucky.
Oh, I rarely am proud of Meri, but
I'm bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, Meri's pretty much like, womp womp. So sad.
Yeah.
Openly mocking Robin.
Well, because her and Cody and Nathan were all just having a rousing laugh about him backing up into her vagina, right? Or she backed up? Yes, she backed up into his dick. They were all laughing about it, and Robin comes in and the mood, it's like the clouds just go over the sun. Yeah.
Can't believe she unwraps it.
Here, I'll open this present for you.
Oh, that's pretty. May there always be an angel by your side.
Yeah, I can read.
I love you.
Soon after Meri moved, I reached out to her and I said, the next time you're in town, let's hang out. Let's go do something. And she very directly said, I don't know how to be friends with my ex-husband's wife. And that was
really appropriate.
Really difficult for me because I was like,
was it?
Relationship is more tough than this.
What? Okay, stop.
How so?
Yeah, explain that. Okay, your sister-wife's relationship is strong enough where you can be friends even though you're still married, actually, to the man that she divorced for you.
You're saying that the sister-wife relationship was harder, but it's like, no, because she still had a husband then. She still had a partner technically at that point.
Well, she's like, I mean, we're sister-wives. We should be closer than that. Well, not really, because you aren't sister wives anymore.
You're the reason that she's now divorced. And
like, it only makes sense what Meri's saying. It's the only thing that makes sense.
2229.
At that point, I did not know how to be a friend with my ex-husband's wife. You know what I mean? And I think that there are a lot of conversations that we would have to have before we did that. I'm not convinced that she would be fully honest with me.
And I'm not convinced that the things I would say to her, she would be very happy with.
Yeah, right.
I just remember how excited
like what?
About that house.
Yeah.
Because
they get in front of each other. Mary's gonna be like, oh, I miss you too.
She would never. She would never.
I want to know. Jen better fucking be there. Or Free Fallen, Joelle even. I'll take Joelle.
I mean, really, honestly, the only way that Meri could prove that she has worthied up is if we see something this season where she does talk to them and bring it up.
Yeah.
But if she's just always going to be talking to Jen about it, no. You don't get to work.
You're just talking about people behind their back like the rest of us do. 2204.
Playground in the backyard. Yeah. And she acted like it was going to be so perfect. And the kids were going to come over.
Yeah. Playground.
And maybe twice. Like, honestly. Yeah. And it was an outdoor environment. So COVID isn't even an argument at that point. Like, she didn't show up for anything. The excuses that they had for COVID, it really just didn't make any sense because I had plenty of outdoor space and it still didn't, I took all the precautions and it still didn't, you know what I mean? So like, it was all these excuses. This is a bigger conversation. It's not just about COVID. Like,
yes, thank you.
That cute little playground that Robin was saying that she'd bring the kids over and let's play and let's interact a lot. And I was really looking forward to it. And that happened very rarely before COVID even hit. So I love and miss her kids, and I would love to get to a comfortable place with them so that I could see the kids. Because right now, I'm not sure that they would want me to have anything really to do with the kids just because things with Cody and Robin are awkward.
Yeah, and they're bad parents.
Like,
yeah.
Everything that's happened. And like looking back, do you even want a relationship? Like if she were to call and be like, hey, I'm coming through town. Part of me does kind of grieve the relationship that we had.
But it wasn't real.
She was a good friend, or at least I thought she was. And so part of me grieves that part that I thought that we were really close. But then other stuff, through the years since then makes me just like, but were we though? Like, because if we were, we should have been able to stick it out.
Recently, I heard that she was bashing me and making fun of me to her friends in public. And I was very hurt by this. I feel angry. From my understanding, I don't think she wants a relationship. So I don't know. I guess I just like I've been dealing with it with other people. So
she loves it when somebody puts a boundary in front of her because then she's like, well, I guess that's fine then.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to keep trying. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, it really just like, where she said, it really hurt me. Weird that she's not crying then, because Robin cries an awful lot. When she's talking about how her feelings were hurt when Meri said, well, like, we're not really friends or whatever, she wasn't crying then. Like, if I found out in retrospect that you had felt a certain way about me and I didn't know, talking about it, I would be like, I would be crying. But no, she's like, I mean, my feelings were hurt and I was angry about it. No, I believe the angry part because that is genuine.
Oh yeah.
Someone is bashing you with their friends. Obviously, you're jealous because you don't have any friends and Meri does. But you were angry, you were mad, and that is actual Robin.
Lena
mad,
says
angry, jealous.
You called her fat with stretch marks.
Yeah. You called her infertile, barren. I mean,
I've heard that when women get a little older, it's a little harder to have babies. So, all right, let's wrap this up. Not wrap it up, but 20. We're halfway through here. Over 1952 left.
I don't know. I get that she probably feels a lot of grief.
It's her favorite emotion.
And pain.
Yes.
This demise of our relationship, just me and her. Like, I feel that too. There's a lot of anger and pain.
Yeah, it's not just you.
Involved.
Yes.
I don't know right now. I'm not saying that there couldn't be trust built. It would have to take a lot of hard conversations. Yeah. It would have to take some hard conversations because there's a lot.
Enough friends. You don't need it.
And also, as many psychologists, psychiatrists, people have said, experts have said, there's no real point in trying to reason with a narcissist or like have a come to Jesus moment. Like there's no point.
Well, if you're okay with them not in your life, like I do think it's okay to be like, I have enough friends. Like what Christine did, like right now, I think it's better we take a time out from each other. Not forever, but like right now I'm not ready for
that. I think it's forever though now. I think things have shifted since she first said that it's like I don't ever
sure. Yeah, but that's the good reason why she said that. She's like, right now I'm not in a good place because you don't know what the future is. So I'm not going to promise you we're going to be friends and have family reunions, especially when you assholes like steal money and property.
It's we're gonna get a long history.
There it is.
We could get to
we're in the headband and the Cardinals too.
We can just interact without it being weird. That would
be awesome. You can be cordial.
That's what I hope for.
Yeah, fine.
Great. To be.
All right, we're in Grenville, North Carolina.
While Christine and David are here, I really want to show them the property. David has one of his friends lives like 3 or 4 hours from here, so he's come up to see David.
I honestly gotta say, if you were 3 to 4 hours away, I don't really even know if I'd make. I guess I would make the trip, but this guy just seems to really want to be on camera. He seems to really love the camera.
Yeah, and also I love that Janelle's like, his friend came out here, so we're gonna go see the land. You haven't even seen the land.
I want to show them the land. You need to see it yourself.
Yeah, and turns out you should have seen it first. Anyway,
it's crazy.
He's the one who stepped up and gave David the pseudo lap dance.
Yeah, it was really funny.
You can take the pseudo
not
out.
Awkward at all.
How was the drive, guys? Was it fun? Beautiful? Is that everything you dreamed of? Well, driving the Mac Daddy. The Mac Daddy. So you had the mover, huh?
We also took Janelle to a bar for the first time. She sat up at the bar and ordered a shot. Mm-hmm.
You drank a shot?
Well,
his voice is weird.
You're making my mother-in-law an alcoholic.
I know.
There was one guy at the bar.
His voice has come up to here now. You're making my mother-in-law alcoholic.
I was just gonna say like, geez, Willikers, Caleb, you're such a badass, cool guy, and your Crocs and Superman swimsuit. He's such a.
What I will say, I think that we just never really heard Caleb talk a lot before because all the scenes we've seen before, Cody's there and he clearly fucking hates Cody. So Caleb, even in this scene, seems very at home and comfortable. He's probably only met David a couple times, but like Caleb seems at home in his house. He's letting his real voice out.
Yeah.
He's letting his high voice out.
And it turns out his voice is more up here. Let me call you sweetheart.
1802 left.
Because of her, Janelle hooking up with that guy, it was
so
good.
Do you want to come back up?
Hooking up with that guy. No, she wasn't.
Abs and nice pecs.
Love it. See, when I first watched that, I was about to be irritated that that they were talking about like a guy, but clearly they had this whole bar thing. We're going to bring up the shot of the bar. David's going to bring up the other man at the bar, and so that we can bring up the 6-pack abs thing. So
it was a segue.
I allow it.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody and Robin are fully catching all the strays in this episode. Not even strays. Mm-hmm. Shots fired. Point blank. God.
Shots fired, if you will.
Yeah, because that's definitely what I'm looking for. Well, according to Cody Brown.
Yeah, Jenna.
They're going to play it. They're going to run the tape.
I got nice pecs and a great 6-pack abs, but that's all she's interested in.
Oh my gosh. He doesn't have rock hard abs. Just whatever.
Oh, that's the best thing that Christine could have said too is just no, he doesn't.
Yeah, and as many of us fellow women who have been in this place where you're like, you are embarrassed for yourself, where you're like, I wish I could say he had 6-pack abs, but like, no, I was married to him and he definitely did have 6-pack abs. And it like makes me cringe even thinking about it. I know I'm embarrassed to be married to him. No, that's where Christine is now, where she's like, I can't.
Oh, for sure. It's in Vanderpump Rules after Scandival, there's a reunion. It's the second reunion back where Tom Sandoval is trying to give this like emotional apology to Ariana, and her face is like this the whole time.
Yes.
Like, ugh,
I mean, you've like mentioned things, but I think anyone who like hears things about their ex, and you're just like,
the thought of
and you know what you're like
with you,
and I was like, there, like, I'm not denying any. Yes. So Christine, we feel you. We get it.
Girl,
But this also speaks to that's all Janelle cared about was my hot body. I do think Janelle was like, hey, you're rolling through. It's your night. You know what to do.
In and out,
bye.
Whip it out. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
1732 left.
It's not rock hard abs. I'm a man of flesh and bone. I do have buns of steel, but my abs are just washboard.
He's such a fucking loser. I can't.
Stupid thing about me.
No, you have solid fat. We've talked about these body types. You're solid. That's why it's hard.
And right there, Cody was like, just so you guys know, the reason I said that is, no, we get it. We get what your point was there, but like, we're not focusing on that. It's crazy that you said
the
that.
point is that you don't have that and you don't see it.
Yeah. We get why you brought it up, but that's
you don't get the joke. Yeah. We're laughing at you.
Yeah. We're laughing that you said that about yourself. And again, continue to today.
We're laughing
a couple months ago. This was probably filmed, not as a husband.
Not as a husband. I was more of an item than a
wild thing to say.
To be engaged vulnerably with.
Do you want your present now?
My present? That's Kayla.
You got a present? Yes. A present? Yes, I would love my present. So this is,
look at
this
that.
Is from her farm.
Oh my gosh, you guys from your bison. You brought freaking bison for them? They don't.
That's a good gift. I'd be thrilled.
And they run bison and they grow blackberries. So it's bison and blackberries. So he brought us some of his bison meat.
Well, that's what your whole farm's going to be. Everything's going to be.
Janelle's going to ruin that meat. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
We tried to do triple B. It's already been pulled. We tried. So we're thinking Poppy and.
Ooh, stop. Okay. Right. I'm going to be a complete asshole here. You don't need to let me know in the comments. I already know I'm going to get like flamed for being such a pretentious bitch. But Maddie's backsplash under her microwave, you can tell that they've done the backsplash themselves. They have subway tiles going horizontal everywhere. And then what happened is...
the grout got
They got to under the microwave behind the stove, and they decided to go vertical because they didn't have enough, and the grout is...
They let it dry too
not
quick.
Good.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, it's not good. It makes me cringe as like having recently been house hunting. Like when you go through a house like that, it is the first shit you see. You're like, what else do I not see? What am I not going to find out? And that makes me sad because, as we know, they're moving onto the land, which is not going to be producing any sort of income. So they're going to need the most out of Maddie's house.
Maddie's a top earner in Plexus, though. She's like a diamond
still. Yeah, but that's not going to last forever. Like, it is an MLM.
No, it's still going.
Okay.
Triple B, which I guess would have been brown, brush.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Is that what that would be?
Probably.
Brush. Okay. Anyway, we ended up on Tato Farm.
That was so cute. Or flowers in the fields or something.
I got one.
What?
Flowers in the fields.
There we go. That's even better.
You know what hippie paradise sounds like? It sounds like a brand of marijuana.
You should do that, though. You should actually do that.
If you have hippie paradise, it does. Yes, it could be a marijuana plantation, and it's not. They're not going to be planting marijuana. I'm just making that clear.
Do you know what? There is good Maddie Ann. There's good Maddie Ann moonshine, and I can make that here.
Well,
it's so funny because I'm not even a drinker, but like
just plant weed, Janelle.
To just make
it good. That's what I was just gonna say. Like, isn't that bad of an idea?
So when
it's a great idea.
Became aware of this property, we wanted to reenact on it because we were afraid it would be sold out from underneath us. So we just went forward. Maddie saw it.
Yeah, like how Coyote Pass was going to be sold out from underneath, even though it was on the market for what, a couple years.
We gotta act fast. This is the biggest myth that the Browns fall for is the like, I mean, someone could buy it and swoop up from underneath you and you're like,
there's a whole list of people waiting in line for this
like they were currently in litigation for acting too quickly on land that couldn't be developed.
Yeah.
And they go and do it again.
It's just so classic,
due diligence. Just a little bit.
15:30 left.
All kinds of video.
Making good time
so
there.
At this point, Maddie's the only one who's actually physically been on the property. I've never seen it. I'm really worried. Like, what if it's like totally snake infested? What if it's like, I don't know. What if it's not cool? I put on
cool.
Sight unseen.
I've been lapped.
Electricity.
What? Okay, I'm at 14:38.
Food looks amazing.
I know. I'm like, I'm so hungry.
I want to celebrate with the kids, so we went to Josephine's for dinner. Frankly, anybody who's devoting themselves to God, they need to celebrate every time, every day, every night.
So how do you feel now, Aurora, that you're dumped? It might sound cheesy, but I do feel like lighter. Yeah.
Ooh, Saul does not like that food.
Yeah, I've been baptized before and I understand that feeling.
He's like, is there like seasoning on this or something? Something I'm unfamiliar with.
Pepper? Is this pepper?
Yeah. Base paprika?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. 14:07.
This is bizarre.
Okay.
How everyone's acting is just so bizarre. Robots, not normal people.
I mean, they all have to do that to a certain extent. Like that scene with Caleb when his voice was high. That was also they're reenacting something, but that's not cringy to me. Like that scene was totally watchable. Any scene with Dabsark is really rough.
Mm-hmm. Especially the older girls just don't. None of them are good actresses. They have Robin's. They take after Robin in the acting department.
Oh, and I think I said this on our Patreon because we recorded a Patreon right after we watched the screener and we were both like on one. But I think I said it on there too. But there is a notable part here that's about to happen where they've clearly planned the entire script. And Brianna is about to say her line about the soulmates. And somebody talks over her. So her line kind of gets talked over. And then Robin goes, what was that, Brianna? It's just so obvious to me. And it makes me feel actually sick to my stomach.
And Brianna is obviously, they consider Brianna the comedian of the family.
Yeah, real personality on that one. 14:07 left.
Baptized when she was a kid, it's like it's very different than when you're an adult.
No, you already did it. You're done. You don't get two parties. No.
He makes you his.
I don't like it.
I am telling you, sweetheart, you were so excited, the enthusiasm of everything, and people become enthusiastic about a subject. I'm very enthusiastic about your mother, and certainly about all of you special people. I don't think you'll ever have an experience like what you just had, though.
Ariel, stop looking at the camera. You're bad at this.
It's really hard to top, but
yeah, maybe your wedding vows. I don't know.
Oh, I think my wedding will be pretty up there.
Really? You'll be floating.
As long as
they're like flirting with each other here.
Yeah,
they're flirting.
Like, oh, really? You think your wedding's gonna?
Oh yeah,
it's the day yeah, it's. Okay, first of all, no one's coming to that wedding unless it's like church people who feel bad for you that like no one else is coming. Like you're not going to be having a Brown family mosh pit, babe.
Oh, no.
Like that's not happening. So, and you don't have any friends, so it's probably going to be pretty lame. But this is weird that they're like, wait, your wedding is going to be a bigger deal than this? What? This is bizarre.
Because also, this is also what they're saying here is the next step here is marriage. That's your next achievement. That's your next goal.
Okay.
Naturally, marriage. That's the next
now
thing.
You know what church you're going to be in.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now we plan for who's going to marry you in that church.
What do you think that, like, what if Aurora was a lesbian? Like, just, would they be okay with
she's
that?
Not cool enough.
And I know she's not cool enough, but like, this like lesbian that just got dropped into my TikTok algorithm that like, I will actually like search her and like go watch her daily videos. I forget what her name is, but she like does something to me. She's badass. I'll share with you later tonight. Okay, let's see, because I think Brianna's about to say "fuck up."
Oh, it's gonna be really funny. Okay.
I mean, isn't that sort of the point raised by you guys?
Here he is.
What does that mean? Just the experiences and the advice that you've given.
Look at Saul.
Fools to not marry our soulmates.
Okay, Brianna is such a bitch. I don't like her at all. But Saul during the whole thing is doing this.
He's trying to see if his concave stomach has now gotten to the point where he's in full starvation mode, and now it's like bulging out. He's like, what? Where do we stand today? And yeah, Brianna here is in full fucking thinks she's funny, sarcastic, and really it's just coming like that's a bitchy face.
But I don't think it's like the thing that she's saying isn't bitchy, but she like can't not say it in a bitchy way, kind of.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I don't get the delivery of what she is saying.
Well, what about this? That Ashley, says that's a snarky swipe at Christine. That is very possible.
Oh, don't you know we'd be fools not to marry our soulmates because we see how in love you guys are.
I think I think that is a lot of part of it. That they all make fun of the other women. It's definitely a joke. Ew.
Yeah, well, it didn't land. You're not funny.
No. 1308.
Just stick to what you do best.
She will be floated. You don't
Why are they laughing? That's not funny.
Our children
Here we go.
Just interact with each other, and they'll just stop what they're doing and just stare at us. And Robin and I will be interacting. And we'll, hey, what you looking at? And our kids will be like, oh, it's so fun to watch you guys.
Cody, that's a crazy story to tell. That is a crazy thing to say. And the fact that you don't see that is alarming.
Like, oh God, like I'm trying, like, would you ever have stopped what you were doing? I was going to say in high school, but oh wait, they're adults.
Yeah.
And just stop and be like, wow. No, I've actually said, our kids, like, I've told you this before, like, we are too cool. We make it too fun for them. They don't want to leave and go do anything. They always want to hang out with us. And even with that, they aren't like,
because it would be fucking weird if they did. That would be weird.
Yeah. And when we're having a good time, we're not checking to see what their reaction is either. And if they were just hanging around looking at us, we'd be like, do you guys have like a Minecraft something to build or like something to kill on a video game?
Marsha B here says everything my parents did was gross when I was a teenager.
Yes.
That's a good point. But again, their kids aren't teenagers. They're all adults.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Okay. 12:45 is left.
I hate this.
For my woman, I love somebody. I'll be really honest with you. I didn't know the mom was my soulmate when I married her.
False.
I was.
That's a lie.
Did I know? Do you remember me saying that?
That's what he's like. Did I say that on camera?
You mocked the word.
Yeah. Robin says it in her opening scene in the end of episode 1.
In the episode,
it's right before that. She's putting on her makeup. Once again, doing it. She loves to put on makeup.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I hope it didn't insult.
Not at all. It made complete sense. That word didn't belong in our world.
Well, you said it once to me, and
I said it once, and then I realized how wrong it was.
Well, you said it on camera, though.
I said it once.
Here's an example, in fact.
There's backlash for that. And so,
as there should have been.
Which is valid.
And that comment she made has flattered me from that day till now.
And so I think maybe it's probably okay if you're my soulmate, but not okay if I'm yours.
Yeah.
Is soulmate the same thing as being trauma bonded and just being equal victims and equal narcissists? I think that's maybe where they're confusing this.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if Cody's reaction would be the same if, for example, Christine had said on camera, yeah, I mean, he's my soulmate. Would he be saying, wow, to this day, like, I'm so flattered by that? There would have been
fallout. Probably did say it a lot. I think Christine probably thought that Cody was her soulmate forever. She was like smitten with him.
Yeah, but it was off limits. None of them can say that.
Well, as that Ashley knows, that's weird. I don't remember her apologizing to the Sister Wives for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's weird. It must have been off camera. For 11:47 left.
Because of other.
I get it.
Other people in your life.
Yeah. But it sure did flatter me when you said those words. Thank you.
I hate
her. I had never been married in a plural family before. I realized that.
Oh, there was her calendar.
It really wasn't a fair thing to say because Cody has other wives.
I was surprised when Robin and Cody started using the term soulmate because Robin grew up in a plural family. She knows how devastating it is to my soulmate. Like somehow, like we have a better bond or a different bond than the rest of the family.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Maybe they did. I don't know. Don't care.
Mm-hmm. And when she says "don't care," 100% believe her. Don't care. Yeah, they can be each other's soulmate. They both suck equally.
They're such liars.
It drains me of energy to watch them.
God, for these flashback receipts. I love it.
Producers. Now, sorry. I was about to read the caption here.
Mate in a polygamist family, that is not going to go over well. It just won't.
Here's a good point. Go away, Jacob just says, the best part of that calendar is knowing how pregnant and busy Christine was at that time. Ugh.
Working evenings.
That baby. Pregnant with that baby.
She's about to have that baby. It's a
Gotta
granola.
go.
There's granola. Granola.
Cody. We should make merch that says that. Granola Cody.
Granola.
Celery
and granola.
I think they worked really hard to hide how special their relationship was. They didn't, by the way, but I think he tried to.
We know.
Obviously.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the breakups with the other wives have left her feeling a certain way where she still just won't indulge it much. And I wondered if the divorce is not, I don't really wonder this, but it goes through your mind once in a while. Hey, did these divorces devalue me to her?
Oh, God, whatever.
The same way?
Can I just remind everyone once again, all of this was filmed after Garrison died. I can't like, there's no reflection that happened since then.
And also they're ignoring that like Robin was divorced too. Like Robin has been through divorce. Did you devalue her because she was divorced? No, but you will say that Christine is devalued after divorce because any decent guy is going to look at her and be like, whoa.
She left a good man.
Yeah. Oh.
They took, as they left, they stole some of my confidence. And I just...
Well, for 20 years, you took their confidence. So...
more.
You don't have anything. That's the point. Oh.
Today we're going to go look at Janelle and Maddie and Caleb's property. All I know is that there's not a lot of open space for you to stand. There's a road, a really rough road to get out there, and there's trees everywhere. That's all I know. What's great is you guys are going to do some of the property. You're buying property.
Oh, God, David's got a bat in
his nose.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Capable of doing. He just talks a lot.
So they haven't closed on this land. So they can't do anything on this land. But they're starting the process of getting it done. It's very different than Coyote Pass. Nothing ever happened.
Is it?
I asked Cody so many times when we were going to get Coyote Pass surveyed. I remember just wondering, I wonder if he even really wants to live on there.
Yeah.
So many things happened and we got so separated and so many conversations out on the property that were just hard. We were more separate than ever, and our family just started dissolving in Flagstaff. This is your property.
Okay, so this is the first time I've seen all that.
This is the first time you've seen it too, Caleb?
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is
unreal. He's the only one who's actually physically been on the property. We had to act really quick because pieces like this don't come available very often, and especially at the price that we got.
What, a useless piece of land?
Judgment, let's execute.
Beautiful, by the way. This is absolutely.
They fall for the easiest sales pitches.
There's no sewer. There's no water. There's not even a well. It's just trees and
Coyote Pass 2.
I don't want it on my head. Hi, I'm Christine.
Elise, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
He's got some distressed James.
Their house, they met a real estate agent, and they have loved working with her, and so we had her help us with this deal.
I took a picture of the.
Sorry, I'm dropping. I'm dropping off my foster cat to be adopted tomorrow. So I'm like trying to, I know, I'm so sad. I was about to like adopt her and then she got the thing in. I'm very sad. Anyway, okay, sorry. 7:48 is left. And we're meeting Elise, the realtor.
Property layout.
You know, this whole piece is over 150 acres. This is a lot of land.
Sight unseen.
Buy land like Janelle is. That's not my dream. I want a big living space in a finished home. No, that would not be. I never really wanted that country lifestyle. No, I'm not ever going to buy raw land. I see myself fulfilling my dreams of travel.
Stonehenge.
With a husband who is totally supportive of what I'm doing and totally my cheerleader. That's what I see. This is exciting. Are you losing your mind? Oh my gosh.
I'm going to track it right now.
Okay.
He wants to go look around. I think 165 acres is a lot. I think we'll leave a lot of it kind of just rugged. And it leaves a lot of room for growth, but it's a lot. It's very daunting. So we are taking it chunks at a time. So we'll probably do 10-acre chunks at a time.
If I think about it, it's kind of scary because like I've really put all my proverbial eggs in one basket. Like this has to work.
You always do.
It's just a pit in my stomach.
Everything is riding on this farm working out. So I have to make this work.
All right, one more segment left.
You were moody butthole.
Hella hard work.
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, we do just have to point out the fact that they pretty much just bought Coyote Pass, but bigger. They had 14 acres, and this is 10 times as big.
Yeah.
And 10 times the amount of land with no sewer, no water, no, like,
well,
what
also,
are you doing?
You're forgetting they all have no experience as well doing this. No one knows what they're doing at all.
The impulsivity of these Browns purchasing land, like they fall for that. Like, well, I mean, if you're going to want it, someone can put a property in. We've been showing it. Like that's what every real estate agent Janelle, you should know this. You were a realtor.
You were a realtor. I wonder if she ever actually sold anything. Probably not. 551 left. We're back at Josephine's.
Work to make sure our relationship survived all the splits. Cody got into his head that my issues with him were because he didn't have other wives. Yes, I want to live for a marriage, but the splits didn't make him less valuable to me. That's not how I feel at all. What I struggled with was how he was treating me and how he was acting.
Which just shows that she doesn't really care about and how he treats anyone else until it affects her.
Yeah.
Because how can you watch your husband treat other people like his children, by the way, and be okay with that? That's like the most egregious part of this.
Speaking about his other wives and kids like that, like that's
still being in love with this man. I'd be embarrassed to call this my soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
He was hard, and I had to sit there and explain this to him that you were a moody butthole.
That's really funny.
So hilarious.
Funny. And luckily, I feel like Cody's coming out of it. I know that I'm coming out of it.
Her.
I'm just proud of us for surviving it.
Who you marry is probably one of the very biggest decisions you ever will make, and it has the most influence on your life.
Why do you think that?
Because it affects every single piece.
Why do you think that?
Yeah, she's making weird faces.
And you guys know from experience from my divorce how hard that is.
With your dad?
So you have to,
Yeah,
dying
with
of
my
cancer.
divorce.
Yes, my divorce.
I would never refer to my, when talking with my kids, I would never say like, well, with my divorce. That's bizarre.
Weird.
It's
and
so
Brianna is making
removed.
very weird facial expression. She doesn't know what to do with her
very
jaws.
weird.
Her jaws coming in, I think is what it is.
Well, she goes, why do you say that?
Why do you say that?
Like she always has to look like Robin does.
They're so uncomfortable in their
and
own
also this isn't a new concept. I think like most people know, like, oh, when you get married, that's a really huge deal. Like it's weird to me that a 20-year-old's like, wait, what do you mean by that?
I know, because they're all bad actors, and the script writer is the showrunner, Robin.
Don't be a butthole.
It's not. You don't laugh after saying that he treated you bad.
Yeah, and also like that's really minimizing. Like, oh, he was just being a butthole. He was in every way, maybe physically. We don't know, but almost in every way abusive to three women
and his children.
That the entire world is united that he is an abusive man.
Yes, including
also to his children.
Joe Darger has come out and said that Cody really fucked.
He's a butthole.
434 left.
Grandpa used to always say you should know somebody for 4 seasons. Plural marriage is
did you?
For me now.
No, they definitely did not date for 4 seasons.
I would live it again. I'd have to have a guarantee. I feel like
there is no guarantee.
Well, I could have a good relationship with whoever else Cody married.
Well, you wouldn't.
Very, very proud of you. Not that you're doing what I want, but you have found the way you want.
And made me the star of it. Congratulations.
Here's the thing. Brianna and Aurora,
look at our happy, loving family.
Pursuing a relationship with God. And there's no rush to get married. But there's no doubt in my mind that when
she's in her mid-20s, so
to fall in love, that they'll be sharing plenty of that experience with us. I'm a friendly guy. It's easy to pass my muster, but Robin's going to probably put some handsome devils to the paces and challenge them in their relationship with our daughters.
She's not that.
Oh, yeah. Robin would be a nightmare to have as a mother-in-law.
Fuck. Oh, no. You're living close by. You're never like they are in your
business. In the house. In the house. That's what.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Rob.
Yep. Back in North Carolina.
Oh my.
What are those? The bones. You found the bones here?
Yeah.
Very cool, bud. So one thing about this property is there's actually quite a lot of wildlife on it. There's still so much raw land, right? And that's where the animals are. And we have bear here, black bear. I'm more worried about the snakes because there's a lot of poisonous snakes.
What kind of farm was it before a timber farm? Do you know, Elise? I don't. I can find out.
It's
that might be good.
For 4 or 5 decades.
You can figure out what's going on with the land quality.
The first 5 years are going to be hella hard work. Like a lot of work. We got to put in the infrastructure. We got to clear the trees. We got to get our own garden, our own livestock, everything going. Plus, we got to get all the business stuff going. It's going to be so much work, but it's going to be so worth it.
Dude, me and a chainsaw, I could do a lot of damage.
Wow. I found a lot of happiness in being with David, and I found him through a dating site. So I'm thinking Farmers Only would be the perfect one for Janelle. Perfect.
So she has to have a man to be happy.
It's some type of pine.
Crazy
It looks like
stickery things. I've seen commercials, and it's people that have
These
land.
guys, they're big hunk dudes with the cowboy hat on, plowing the fields,
Okay.
treating their ladies right.
Maybe she'll like a landscaper. I'm just saying.
A landscaper.
I could come up. Well, I don't know. I could come up with a lot of ideas. Congratulations!
So
this is working amazing.
I'm so excited. When we actually close that thing, when we actually close it, we'll be like, wow.
When you close it, we expect a video call when you close it, and we'll do a toast with you.
Yeah.
This is right for them.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
She deserves to have her dreams come true. But not even that. She deserves to be able to make her dreams come true. That's what it is. You got to make them come true. And she is.
Isn't this amazing? It's more than I ever could have hoped for. Seriously.
It's so interesting to be on this piece of land and know that this is it for me. This is where I'm going to be. I'm going to live here. This is going to be my last place I live. This is my home place. It's going to be so much work, but it's going to be so worth it. I know what it looks like. I see this vision. I know what the farm looks like, and I see it. It's just going to be a lot of work to get it there.
All right. That's the end. Let's see what's happening next time.
Next time on Sister Wives.
Belt? No, take the belt off. This is my first Valentine's Day since I got married to David.
Oh, this is going to be a rough watch.
I was going to say it's going to be a fun one.
Christine and David's first Valentine's Day together. Oof.
I dreaded my own first Valentine's Day together. And I'm dreading this even more. I mean, this is, oh my God.
Oh, she's going to put on a red dress. And guess what?
Guess who's there?
Natalie's in the next episode.
Wow. Okay. It's not your wedding all over again. We don't need to see that again.
Shut up.
And around the lot that goes into the trees. Mary and I have had some discussions about the property, Coyote Pass.
I'm afraid of the wrath.
There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a few things that I will fight for, and this is one of them.
Do you ever sit
so
there
scary.
and wish we were in a plural relationship? I've had some concerns about whether or not having one wife would be enough for
Oh
him.
my God. Are we really going to listen to this conversation again?
That is so loaded.
Great.
You know, they go to a lot of pricey dinners, I just got to say.
They
like
do,
go
and to
out
have the
on
same
very
conversation
fancy
over and over. Oh my gosh.
I also just find Robin, the way she eats now, she's changed the way she's eating to be like,
yeah, very proper.
Yes.
Like Princess Meghan.
Yes. But is he kind? Deep cut. Anyway.
I actually get that. All right. Oops. What's happening?
Woo! Next time. Well, listen, we're going to be here.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to be here every Monday, noon Central, recapping. We're going to be getting guests, all the good stuff.
We have a guest next week. Is it Little Miss Recap? Is it Brianna? Is it Adam, the Sister Wives professor? It could be anyone. They're booked. I just don't know which one it is, but it's one of them.
That's right.
So stay tuned for next week. Love you guys.
Yeah, check out Patreon, check out Merch Up, all that's good stuff. We love you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Yep. And you know what? You are all adults, especially Aurora. Bye-bye. Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment, and click on that bell if you want notifications, because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon, where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast, that's patreon.com/trpod, and We Love to Hate TV, patreon.com/love to hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.